Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Sports Network broadcast crew is ready in the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Exclusive pregame coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball is brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising in the dugout as first pitch is just around the corner. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball on the Renegades Radio Network and the Show Me Sports Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth.
A trip to the MINK League Championship game is on the line here tonight at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, Missouri, and we're just about ready to bring it to you here on the Show Me Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. Welcome in on this hot and sunny Tuesday night. We're over up on triple digits, 106 degrees here right about first pitch, but that won't stop us from playing baseball between the Renegades and the Joplin Outlaws, two teams that have already seen each other twice in the last week, and they will meet now for a third time in a winner-go-home situation. And Bryce, I don't know a couple weeks ago if we expected to be here in this situation, but now look at us, one win away from a chip to the championship series with the game one starting on Thursday if the Renegades can get the job done here tonight.
Absolutely. Renegades doing the right thing, getting hot, going into the final stretch of the regular season, and then winning the playoff game last night. They teed it up perfectly. I agree with you. 2 weeks ago it was looking a little bleak as far as the outcome for the end of the season, but they got hot at the right time, and here we are with a chance to go to the championship.
Well, let's recap last night's contest between the Renegades and the Bombers in the South Division wildcard game. Renegades jumped out in front in the fourth inning when Jack Matishek blasted a two-run home run out to right field, and that's all the run support that the Renegades' two pitchers would need as Carter Goring and Braden Boyer combined to go 9 innings, striking out 12, giving up just 4 hits and a run. Goring got the win, and Boyer got the save, and although the Bombers added 1 run in the ninth and put the tying run into scoring position with 2 outs, Boyer was able to lock it down, and the Renegades made a happy drive back to Jefferson City with a win and hoping to do the same here again tonight, as this is a place the Renegades are well familiar with, traveling to this ballpark 4 times in the regular season and going 2-2 here. Overall, took the season series 5-3 thanks to 2 wins in the last week against the Outlaws, both at home, and it's going to be a lot of familiar names and faces in the lineup tonight. But for the Renegades, the big key will be getting some length and good pitching out of their ace, Brady Maltby, who is coming back after pitching out of the bullpen last week in Sedalia, where he was an absolute warrior, going 4 2/3 innings, giving up a couple runs, striking out 8th, and throwing well over 100 pitches. Now they're going to turn to him here tonight, asking a lot out of their ace. But I think we feel that Maltby's got a good shot to pitch well tonight for the Renegades.
Absolutely. I think the Renegades should be happy that Maltby's going to make this start tonight in a must-win game with 7 appearances in his belt, 35 innings, and a 2.83 ERA. He's looked good. He's a power pitcher and definitely been the Renegades' ace all year. And with going with Gorley last night, brings your ace for a must-win game here to make it to the championship with Maltby, and I think the Renegades are in a good spot.
So Renegades come into this winning 3 of their last 4, 2 against Joplin and then last night against Sedalia. After the win, they sit at 18-24 on the season. Meanwhile, the Joplin Outlaws, winners of the MINK League South Division, got the first round bye, sit at 23-20. So the Renegades have their work cut out for them, but let's get you those names who are going to try and do that tonight on the road. As Bryce and I look down towards that Renegades bullpen, and Maltby is throwing some warm-up pitches. He'll take the mound here in a couple minutes. But for the Renegades on offense, pretty much a similar lineup to last night with a few changes. Leading off in center field for the Renegades is Adonis Forte, making his return to the lineup last night and reached base once with a walk, so he's back there leading off. Cole Wagner is in left, hitting second like normal, and Tommy Reether, the number 3 hitter, hits in right. So all 3 outfielders in the 1, 2, 3 spots, all batting from the left side of the plate. Jack Matishek, last night's offensive hero, is the DH batting cleanup. Hopefully he's got some more of that power in the bat because he's now got 2 home runs in the last couple days. Luke Fuller takes a turn at catcher. He's hitting 5th, so 1 through 5 all the same for the Renegades in the lineup compared to last night. Carter Goring, last night's winning pitcher, is going to be at first tonight, hitting 5th, followed by Caden Deal, who moves to third base tonight, batting 7th. Colby Ott, Mr. Broke the light on the light pole last night, bats 8th and plays second base, followed by Taylor Hopkins at the bottom of the lineup at shortstop. And as you know, we just talked about Maltby is on the mound. So a very similar lineup to the one we've seen the last week for the Renegades, but one more time for you. It'll be Forte, Wagner, Reether, Matishek, Fuller, Goring, and then Deal, Ott, and Hopkins with Maltby on the bump. Bryce, we've had to make some picks over the last couple weeks for our players of the game, and now in potentially a must-win one, maybe last game of the season if the Renegades can't take it. Who are you going with your pick to click tonight for this Renegades offense?
Absolutely. I think it's important to note that it's no mystery that Matishek is really seeing the ball very good right here, but I'm going to go with the guy hidden behind him, and Luke Fuller. We watched batting practice, and he was just spraying the ball all over the outfield, even hit a home run in batting practice. So my pick to click tonight is the MINK League Home Run Derby champion, Luke Fuller.
Yeah, you mentioned that batting practice we saw we haven't really paid close attention, or I haven't paid close attention to every batting practice hitter this season, but in terms of just how hard he was hitting the ball, I mean, he was certainly putting some good wood on the bat, and hopefully that could translate to tonight's game. So here at the ballpark at Joe Becker Stadium, the Renegades are currently being announced their lineup introductions on the first base line for this postseason divisional round game. And while they do that, let's get you the home Joplin Outlaws starting lineup. Once again, a lot of similar names that we saw in the 2 games last week at Vivian Field. Caden Bresser will lead off and play shortstop tonight for the Outlaws, and then batting second will be Joe Riccio. He's behind the dish tonight. Jacob Machuca is the right fielder hitting third, and Max Bruff takes a turn at cleanup, or at DH in the cleanup spot. Matt Campbell will play first and hit 5th in the order, followed by Tyler Davis in center, hitting 6th. Madwood Mancy is in left in the number 7 spot in the order, and Carson Johnson will follow him, hitting 8th at third base. Corey Siracusa at the 9 spot in the order at second tonight, and A.J. Moreno will take the mound for the Outlaws. So let's do their lineup one more time now. It'll be Bresler, Riccio, Machuca, Bruff, Campbell, Davis, with Mancy, Johnson, Siracusa. So some good names in the lineup. I know you have the stats for all of them, Bryce. What do you think Maltby is going to have to do mixing and matching pitches to try and put down this lineup in quick order?
Absolutely. He's going to have to be on point tonight and make sure that we limit the walks. This Joplin Outlaws lineup, their on-base percentage is blowing through the roof, especially with Riccio batting second, a .509 on-base percentage with a .271 batting average. So he gets on base half the time here, and he's just going to have to limit the walks and do a good job of mixing pitches to make sure limit the hard contact made by the Outlaws lineup tonight.
Well, you mentioned the on-base percentage for the Outlaws. As a team, their on-base is at .415, and in comparison to the Renegades on-base percentage, it sits at .356. I mean, the Renegades on-base percentage as a team is pretty good, but it's nowhere near that .415 number that the Outlaws are currently sporting. So Maltby is going to have his work cut out for him. Now let's look to the other starter tonight, this time A.J. Moreno for Joplin. What do you have for him on the numbers on the season?
Yeah, A.J. Moreno, 8 MINK League appearances, 32 in the third innings pitch with a .418 ERA. He's thrown a lot of innings just like Maltby, so I have a good feeling the Outlaws are going with their ace tonight also.
Well, hopefully the Aces give us in store a good game tonight between the Renegades and the Joplin Outlaws. Winner advances to the MINK League Championship starting Thursday night. If the Renegades win, that game Thursday will be in Jefferson City at Vivian Field, and that series will take place between the winner of tonight's South Division Championship game between the Clarinda A's and the St. Joseph Mustangs. That game also set for first pitch around 7, so we'll have updates for that all night. But lineups have been introduced here at the ballpark, and you know that means it's time for us to take a break. We'll be right back for Renegades and Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Just about time to get things going at Joe Becker Stadium. Renegades and Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network. Hope you all are enjoying this Tuesday evening. I know Bryce and I are excited to bring you tonight's Renegades and Outlaws coverage, especially here in the heat. Hopefully that won't play too big of an impact, but we are in the triple digits here right at first pitch, and hopefully that number will only continue to drop as the night goes on. But Renegades just about ready to go to start in the top of the first inning. They've had offensive success here at this ballpark. On the season, they went 2-2 here at Joe Becker Stadium. But in 2 of those games, once they scored 15 runs, and then the other they scored 9 runs, went 1-1 in those games. The other 2 they scored 4 apiece. So certainly seems like they know how to hit in this ballpark, and I don't think that right field hill and then wall is going to be too big of a problem, because the Renegades have already a couple times hit a couple home runs over that wall, and hopefully can do it again here, especially with all the lefties at the top of the order.
Absolutely. I like Coach Mike's approach here with going with 3 slashers at the top of the lineup per se, and then 2 huge power bats in Matashak and Fuller. So a little bit different approach, and I think he's trying to get some base runners on for maybe some home runs that'll score a couple runs instead of just single shots. So I think Coach Mike's got some up his sleeve here in Joplin tonight.
Renegades just about ready to go to face the starter, A.J. Moreno, right-hander, currently throwing his warm-up pitches. Last one just fired in to Ricky O behind the plate, and it looks like it's time for some playoff baseball. Renegades playing their second postseason game, are 1-0 after the win against the Bombers last night. Outlaws playing their first, and we'll see what tonight on this Tuesday, the 26th, has in store. Renegades wearing their blue jerseys with the gray pants, and the Outlaws have got the home whites on, white jersey and white pants with the Outlaws in black and red across the chest. Hopefully the team with a little bit more color, the Renegades Blues, will get the win tonight. Moreno into his lineup, his first pitch coming to Forte, swung on line up the middle, and that's in for a base hit to get things started. One pitch and already a base runner for the Renegades. Much better start than it went last night where the first 10 were retired, and Forte is on to get things started after the single to center field.
Love the approach by Forte, getting started early. I think the Renegades got a slight advantage in about the first 3 innings tonight with being able to play last night, being warm. The bat should be warm with a lot of at-bats, so I love the approach by Forte there.
So Forte singles on the first pitch and is now held on at first base by Campbell. Moreno immediately having to go out of the stretch, now facing the lefty Cole Wagner, who steps in. First pitch to him is going to be looked at outside. A ball now 1-0. Forte started to go, but then held up. Pretty much normal for Forte, who, as we know, does a lot of dancing off of the base pass to try and distract the pitcher. And now Wagner, the Rockhurst product, trying to keep this good start to the top of the first inning going. Just underway, 0-0 in the top of the first, 1 on with nobody out. Wagner back into the box. Moreno will throw over to first. Forte is back in standing. Listening to Renegades versus the Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt and Bryce Kriesel excited to bring you tonight's coverage and hopefully help the Renegades get to that championship series starting on Thursday, and then we'd be back with a couple more broadcasts. Now the 1-0 pitch to Wagner is looked at again, misses outside, now 2-0. One thing we know about Wagner, he'll make you throw strikes.
Absolutely. His approach at the plate is incredibly good. He's got a .424 on base percentage, and a lot of that goes to the amount of walks that he draws. So he's going to stay patient. Might wait till he gets 2 strikes to start looking to swing. So Wagner with good approach so far.
Decent lead off of first for Forte. Now the 2-0 pitch to Wagner. That one finds the strike zone in there, a called strike to Wagner. It's now 2-1. First baseman Campbell for Joplin is holding on Forte, but as usual doing a little bit of dancing. Basically even with the slight cut on the right side infield part of the grass. Siracusa shades a little bit more up the middle, so room to work with on the right side for Wagner. Adonis is going this one in the air to left, so Forte is going to have to go back. Woodmansey camps under it. Forte doesn't see the ball, and now they might have a chance to double him off, and they're going to double him off. The throw comes back into first. Forte never left the second base bag, and a double play for the Outlaws as Woodmansey makes the catch and then fires in for out number 2. Forte went head first into the bag and then never found the ball, and Woodmansey heads up and up to throw it back in. So the stolen base attempt comes back to hurt the Renegades, who now have 2 outs and nobody on.
I figure the Renegades would be aggressive trying to steal some bases, and that's just unfortunate what happened there. But I like the idea of trying to grab a bag right there, and just unlucky they didn't see the ball. I don't know totally why he didn't, but he was looking right at the left fielder, but it didn't happen. So 2 outs early for the Outlaws here.
First pitch to Reether, grounded up the middle. Siracusa slides, but he can't get it, so that's into center field for a base hit for Reether. Renegades already have 2 base hits, 3 batters into the game, but thanks to the double play, now only 1 base runner show for it, and Matashak, last night's hero with the 2-run home run to right, steps in with the runner on first and 1 out. So just underway here at Joe Becker Stadium. This game started with a Forte single, and then Wagner just flew into a double play. And now Reether, a pretty big lead at first base. Campbell's holding him on, but he's a couple steps off that bag. Would not be shocked to see him go as Matashek steps in. Moreno comes set, doesn't even look over to first base. Now the pitch is going to be a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Interesting there is when the right-hander Moreno picked up that leg, Reether actually stepped back towards the first base bag.
Yeah, I think he was just expecting to throw over because of the large lead, and the pitcher Moreno went straight to the plate, get an early strike.
2 outs, 0-1 count on Matashek. Here comes Moreno's delivery. That one looked at and also called a strike on Matashek, who's fallen behind now. No balls and 2 strikes on back-to-back called pitches. Matashek with the home run last night. He's now found a little bit of the power. He also homered a couple nights ago against Joplin at home. So 2 home runs in the past 3 games for him. So now behind no balls and 2 strikes. Peruff looks like he's set down and away. Excuse me, that's Riccio back there, and it's swung on and missed by Matashek, and that will end the inning. So Moreno gives up 2 hits, but no damage done thanks to some good Joplin defense, and it keeps things scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Maltby coming out to take the mound. We'll be right back for that on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Back now, Renegades and Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades go scoreless in the top of the first, although they did have 2 base hits, but nothing to show for it. And now Brady Maltby, the Renegades ace, #1 starting pitcher with an ERA in the 2s, taking them out. And based on the amount of pitches he threw last week in Sedalia, I would not be shocked to see him try and be very aggressive and get quick outs here, at least early in this game.
Absolutely. He needs to load up the zone to try to get a little bit of stretch in this game, because he's probably the Renegades' best option tonight. You know, I know we got some good bullpen guys ready to take over, but you'd like to see Maltby go as long as he can, so I'd like him to load up the zone and get some quick outs here.
Well, Maltby, when he came out of the bullpen as the Renegades tried to clinch a playoff spot in Sedalia last week, went 4 2/3 and struck out 8, gave up just 3 earned runs. But the problem was the 6 walks, especially early in that outing. He was having trouble throwing strikes, and that's certainly something he cannot afford to do here as he takes them out in the first, and he'll face Bressler to start this game off. Renegades have seen a lot of him at the top of the order in the 8 games they've played so far, and now Maltby's first pitch to him misses upstairs, 1-0 on the shortstop.
Just missed up there. I like the pitch, though. Fastball up that wasn't center cut in the zone for Bressler to drive, but it's a good setup pitch.
1-0 pitch on the way. It's going to miss low and away. So now 2-0 on Bressler. Renegades infield defense is going to have Goring and Ott on the right side and Hopkins and Deal on the left. 3 out of the 4 we've seen in most of those positions all season. Deal, obviously a newcomer, so not a ton of time at third base. This one chopped left side. Hopkins coming in. He's got it. He's got to make the throw, and he does in time to get Bressler hustling up the first base line. Hopkins makes it look easy, and that's 1 up, 1 down for Maltby here in the first.
That's the exact approach he's got to got. He loaded up the zone. Only threw about 1 strike that last pitch that was hit, but still both the other 2 pitches were extremely close, and he's got to be in attack mode here to try to drive into this game.
So Ricky O, the catcher, and the #2 hitter for the Outlaws step in. Renegades are going to have to face essentially 2 Joplin catchers tonight. Their other, Max Bruff, is DHing, and first pitch of Ricky O in their called strike. You mentioned in the pregame, Ricky O's got some pretty good overall numbers on the season.
Absolutely, 271 batting average and a 509 on base percentage. He's on base a lot here, so Maltby's going to have to be good and be careful with him, but also don't be afraid to throw some strikes here.
Well, he's done that so far. It's 0-2, and a big thing, too, is that's on base just coming in around 70 at bats, so it's not like he's getting on base half the time in 10 plate appearances. So now 0-2 coming from Maltby. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Maltby gets him to chase upstairs. He's got his first punch out of the game, and on 3 pitches, he retires the Joplin catcher for out #2 here in the first.
Maltby being aggressive early, I think that plays into the favor of Joplin having a day off and might need one time through the lineup to warm up. So Maltby being aggressive early shows to be a good strategy here.
So Jacob Machuco, left-handed hitting right fielder, about to step in to face Maltby with nobody on and 2 out. First pitch coming to him is going to be swung at and missed. Actually, really a check swing. Didn't make contact, so that's strike 1. Maltby so far in the inning just fired his 7th pitch and already has 2 outs. So I think this is exactly the start at the Renegades we're looking for. Now just needs 1 more out here in the first. 0-1 coming to Machuca is grounded right side foul. Now 0-2. And if Maltby can put Machuca away right here on this 3rd pitch, you've got to feel really good through the first inning.
Absolutely. And that first pitch he threw to Machuca was a slider on point. if he's got that going, it's going to be tough for Joplin to figure out Maltby tonight.
Here comes Maltby's 0-2 pitch. It misses outside, so that makes it a ball and 2 strikes. Fuller on the receiving end of things tonight at catcher. When Maltby last pitched in Sedalia last week, where the Renegades had behind the plate, that was Hirschler. Now 1-2 pitch is going to be called. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and that will end the inning as Fuller does a perfect job of bringing that one in, and they ring up Machuca for out number 3. So Maltby off to a good start, goes 3 up, 3 down. We'll head to the second inning scoreless on the Show Me Sports Network. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel back for the top of the second inning on the Show Me Sports Network as Moreno takes the mound, looking to limit this Renegades offense, who had 2 hits but no runs in the first. And now Luke Fuller stepping in. But I want to remind everyone, as Bryce and I come to you from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth, to go riding with Doc and Norm Direct, Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond, they do it all. Doc and Norm Direct is also the official transportation provider of the Renegades, getting us to all our road games safely, efficiently, and in style. Right-hander playing catcher tonight. Fuller in, and now the first pitch from Moreno will be looked at low, a ball, 1-0. To book your spot for your next adventure, call Doc and Norm Direct at 573-256-1991 or email reservations at moexpress.com. So Fuller ahead in a 1-0 count, awaits the next pitch from Moreno. Swings grounded left side. Third baseman Johnson to his left. He's got it, and the throw to first is in time to get Fuller 1 up, 1 down here in the second. Was going to say before that Fuller ground ball, I think we're going to need every bit of that Doc and Norm AC on the ride back tonight, especially after playing all these innings in 100-degree weather.
Absolutely. It's steamy here at the ballpark in Joplin, and AC on the bus on the ride home should provide for some good sleeping weather, I would say.
So Fuller retired to start the second inning. Moreno has now retired his last 2 after giving up singles to 2 of the first 3 batters in the first. Carter Goring, last night's winning pitcher, steps in, and first pitch grounded to short. Bressler's got it on a hop and throws to first in time, and just 3 pitches to get 2 outs here for Moreno in the second. A much better start to this inning than it was in the first, as he's gotten weak contact against both of the Renegades hitters, and now we'll see what the lefty hitting third baseman Caden Deal can do.
I'd look for Deal to be patient here and maybe not look to swing the bat until he's got at least 1 strike on him. So try to run the pitch count up from Moreno. He's got a quick inning.
First pitch to Deal is going to be looked at outside, now 1-0. Just the 4th pitch that Moreno has thrown this inning. After in the first he went single, fly out, double play, single, strikeout. Maltby himself threw just 10 pitches in a 3-3 down bottom of the first. Next pitch to Deal misses outside, 2-0. Pretty much straight-up defense on the infield for the Outlaws. Campbell and Siracusa on the right side. Bressler and Johnson on the left. Nothing too dramatic. So now back into the box is Deal, who's ahead in a 2-0 count. He shows bunt, but then pulls back as it misses low. And now Deal ahead 3 balls and no strikes with a chance to give the Renegades a 2-out base runner here in the second.
Like that approach from Deal right there by showing bunt. Sticking that glove in front of the catcher's mitt can sometimes mess with the pitcher's timing, so I like that approach.
3-0 pitch coming to Deal. He is going to take, and that one's in there, a called strike. Deal started to take the bat off his shoulder, but decided not to swing. So he gets a called strike, still ahead 3-1 as Colby Ott waits on deck. Moreno into the windup, 3-1 pitch is swung out and fouled off, and Moreno's bounced back to run this thing full against Deal.
Moreno wasting no time filling up the zone. Takes a little bit more time on the mound, but I would look for off speed from Moreno here if I'm Deal in the batter's box.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the second. It's the pitch, and it's popped up on the infield. Moreno off the mound. He's calling for it, and he makes the catch. So pitcher helps himself out there, retiring Deal for out number 3, and Moreno goes 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second inning. So here comes Maltby back out for the bottom of the second. We're scoreless 0-0, Renegades and Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
Brady Maltby back out on the bump after a 10-pitch, 3 up, 3 down bottom of the first inning, and now hopes to have another good second as Renegades look to steal a road game division round victory from the Outlaws here in advance to the League Championship Series starting on Thursday and after an off day tomorrow. That day tomorrow was put in place as a potential rain date, but don't think we're going to need that because I don't think there is a rain cloud anywhere near in sight here on a warm night at Joe Becker Stadium. So now Maltby looking for a efficient second inning after Moreno went 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the inning. His first pitch to Bruff is upstairs 1-0.
Yeah, if Maltby can do exactly what he did in the first inning, we'll be looking at a long start from him. So very efficient and looked good, attacked the zone and did exactly what we said he needed to do.
It'll be Bruff, Campbell, and Davis, 4, 5, 6 in the order for the Outlaws. Swing and miss right there by Bruff. And that wasn't too pretty of a swing. And Maltby gets him right there to even things. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-handed hitter in the DH spot, although also a catcher for the Outlaws. Maltby ready to go back into his windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one just misses up and in. Didn't miss by much, but called a ball 2-1.
Had a good combo there. We're throwing the slider, 2 pitches to go to get the swing and miss, and then throwing a fastball upstairs. It was a good combo pitch by Maltby, executed it well.
So now 2-1 delivery coming from the Renegades right-hander, fouled off to the right side and out of play. Now 2-2. I'd say pretty good turnout here at the ballpark, especially to our left. I mean, even the upper bleachers are pretty filled in. Right side is the Renegades dugout, so it makes sense why not a ton over there. But definitely a pretty good turnout here for Outlaws and Renegades. 2-2 pitch coming to Bruff. Maltby will get the swing and miss for strike 3, and Bruff is retired. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Maltby here dating back to the first inning, and now 1 up, 1 down here in the second.
His slider's on point tonight, and that's his go-to pitch to try to get these strikeouts. So with having that on point, trust Braden Maltby to get a lot of quick outs here.
So Maltby will now face Campbell with nobody on and 1 out in the second. Maltby, before this game when the Renegades had just arrived here at the ballpark, as here's the first pitch to Campbell, looked at a ball 1-0. Maltby, while everyone else was out on the field, was actually sitting in the concourse in the shade to keep cool when it was up and over 106 degrees. And I think that strategy, at least early, is paying off because he looked real good early. 1-0 pitch is going to miss low. So now 2-0. Not big misses on these first 2 pitches to Campbell by Maltby, but both low. So 4 will now put down the signs as the right-handed first baseman will step back into the box. And here comes Maltby's next delivery. It's looked at low and away. Now 3-0 on Campbell. Maltby in danger of putting his first base runner on of this game.
Yeah, with Davis on deck with a .250 average and a .365 OPP, you would think he'd go right at Campbell here.
Next pitch, that's a called strike at the top of the zone. So now 3-1 on Campbell. Maltby gets the call there to avoid the walk. Now we'll have to do it again in a 3-1 count.
Outlaws don't have a weak spot in their lineup, so he's not going to need to work around anybody here in this Outlaws lineup.
3-1 pitch grounded weakly over the glove of Maltby. Ott coming in. He's got it. His throw to first is in time for out number 2. So nice bounce back there by Maltby after falling behind 3-0. And even better glove work there by Ott coming in to make the scoop and throw on time to first base. I really don't think there's a weak spot on this Renegades infield defensively.
No, absolutely. I was just about to say, I think Ott might be the most plus defender, but no, this Renegades infield's been great all year, and I really like what I've seen from Gorley at first base when he didn't come to the Renegades as a first baseman, particularly, and he's got a lot of time there with some people leaving, and he's looked really good, controlling that position.
So now Tyler Davis steps in, nobody on and 2 out. He swings first pitch and fouls it off to the left side. So now 0-1. Maltby looking to retire his 6th straight batter to start this game as the Renegades and Outlaws will tied 0-0 in the bottom of the second inning. We're just about 20 or so minutes into this divisional round matchup. Maltby back into the lineup facing the right-handed hitting Davis. He'll look at a called strike. It's now quickly 0-2 on the center fielder for Joplin.
Really good strike right there, inside corner, painted it. He's executing incredibly well right now.
Here comes the 0-2 delivery from Maltby. It's going to be lined to center field. That'll get down in front of Forte, and Davis has got a 2-out base hit, and that's the first hit of the ball game. First base runner for the Outlaws as Davis sends that one out to shallow center. Not hit all that hard, but right back where it came from over the head of Maltby, and that's a base runner for Joplin.
No, I like that approach from Davis right there, especially the swing. He almost just pushed it out to center field right over the second baseman's head. So good approach there, didn't try to pull it too hard, and got their first base runner of the night.
So Matt Woodmansey will step in, the number 7 hitter and left fielder for the Outlaws. Patch from the left side of the plate. Gorling is holding on Davis at first. First pitch to him, line left side foul. Now 0-1. So now 1 hit for the Outlaws, 2 already for the Renegades. That came into 2 out of the first 3 batters when Forte and Reether both had base hits to center field, but no runs for either side so far. And now Maltby looking to get through another scoreless inning if he can get one more out here in the second. He's got an 0-1 count on Woodmansey. Tyler Davis, who just singled leads off of first. 0-1 pitch will just miss off the outside corner despite Fuller's best efforts to bring it back. It's now 1-1. So now Woodmansey will be in an even count looking to put the Outlaws on the board first. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of room to work with down that right field line if he were to pull the baseball. Especially with that hill out there, it could roll up it and give Davis time to run around the bases. 1-1 pitch throw over to first, but he dives back in safely. In case you don't remember, the Outlaws have a little bit different ballpark here, especially in right field and right center field. It goes warning track, then an uphill grass hill, and then the wall. So the warning track isn't really to tell you you're about to run into the wall. It tells you you're about to run uphill, and then the wall gets after that. So you really got to get into one to put it out there. 1-1 pitch coming, grounded right side, but that's foul. And now quickly Maltby has moved ahead 1-2 on Woodmansey, looking for out number 3 here in the second.
Yeah, we've said it again once before, but I would expect a slider from here from Maltby. That's his put-out pitch, and it's looked very sharp tonight, so I'm looking for a strikeout here with a slider.
First 2 retired here in the second until the 2-out single by Tyler Davis. Now Woodmansey, light wave of the bat over the back left shoulder. He's in the box. Maltby comes set. Here's his 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. It's flied in the air out to shallow right center. Going out is Ott. Coming in is Reether. Who wants it? It's going to be Ott, who leaps, and he makes the catch in shallow center field to not only get out number 3, but likely save a run as he went airborne to bring that one in.
Plus defender, Ott. We just said it this inning. He is a plus defender. Incredible play to keep this game, like you said, at 0-0 most likely. And Renegades got a chance to grab a lead here.
So we'll go to the top of the 3rd inning after that. Magnificent play by Colby Ott. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network. 0-0 Outlaws and Renegades.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state. At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
0-0 as we head to the top of the third inning between the Outlaws and the Renegades. Both starters, Moreno and Maltby, look locked in so far. And now hopefully the Renegades can crack Moreno and get on the board here to start this third inning. It'll be Colby Ott to lead it off for Jefferson City.
Yeah, Renegades need to look to get some hits here and make Moreno pitch a few more pitches this inning to try to wear him out and get a chance to slash the ball around the field here.
It'll be Ott Hopkins, then back to leadoff hitter Adonis Forte here in the third. Renegades 2 hits so far. Next pitch a called strike. Now 0-1 on Ott to start the third inning. Renegades in their playoff game last night, each team was scoreless for the first 3 innings before the Renegades jumped out 2-0 in the top of the fourth. This one 0-0 in the third. 0-1 pitch to Ott, grounds it off his foot and foul. Now 0-2 on the Renegades second baseman, who made a couple nice plays on the defensive side in the bottom of the second inning. Now let's see if he can get things started with the bat.
Back to that defensive play. I don't know if there's a lot of Renegades players or players in general on this field that could have made that play to end up saving a run. So Ott, kudos to him.
0-2 pitch coming from Moreno to Ott. It's swung on and fouled off, so we'll do it again. Yeah, Ott's had a lot of chances like that on pop-ups that just get into shallow center field or right center field. And it seems like every time he goes out, he reads the ball really well and makes a real nice aggressive play. And it feels like more often than not he comes down with that baseball. So now 0-2 pitch coming from Ott, slight choke up on the bat, and now that one's going to miss 1-2. I actually don't think Ott's choking up. I saw the bottom of his batting glove and thought that was the knob, but it looks like he's still holding the bat, pretty normal length, still in a 2-strike count. So now Moreno back into the lineup. Here comes his 1-2 delivery. It's going to come inside and rule the foul ball off the part of the bat of Ott. Goes to the backstop, so we'll do the 1-2 again.
I like Ott's approach here. He's being very patient, fouling pitches off that are close to the zone, and hoping Moreno makes a mistake and sends one center cut.
So start of the top of the third inning, 2 hits for the Renegades, 1 hit for the Outlaws, and no runs either side. 1-2 pitch coming to Ott. It's grounded foul again, and now at the very least, Ott is making Moreno work here after a quick second inning. Even if you make an out here, at the very least, you're making Moreno start to work a little bit more.
Absolutely. It's one of those little details that might come in a big play in a couple innings here. So good job by Ott to make Moreno work a little harder this inning.
Here comes the next 1-2 delivery. It's swung on, hit to left field, but Woodmansey will come in, and he lost the ball. It drops in front of him for a base hit. Kicks away, but Ott will stay at first base. And kind of an awkward play there by the left fielder. Woodmansey came in and then slowed up and played it on a hop. So credit to Ott, who fought off a bunch of pitches and then made hard contact that falls in for a base hit to start the third.
Love that at-bat by Ott there, textbook, to just foul off pitches close to the zone and get one that you can drive, and that's exactly what he did. So good job on Ott, who made a huge defensive play and also his first base runner for the Renegades this inning.
So now Ott on at first base. Campbell holds him on as Taylor Hopkins steps in to face Miranda. The number 9 hitter and shortstop shows bunt and pulls it back. A called strike 0-1. Hopkins has been a force from the Renegades order in the 9 spot. I know he was almost your pick to click tonight.
Absolutely. Batting a .273 batting average and a .363 on-base percentage in the 9 hole is better than Coach Mike could ask for in the 9 spot. So kudos to Taylor Hopkins on an incredible season so far.
Nobody out on first base. Here's the next pitch to Hopkins. Line left side. That's into left field for a base hit. Just got past the diving glove of Johnson. Ott goes up to second base. And 2 on to start the 3rd inning for the Renegades on back-to-back singles by the 8-9 hitters.
Every game I'm just more impressed with his approach and the way that he can spread the ball to every part of the field. Taylor Hopkins in the 9 spot has been a huge bright spot for the Renegades this whole season.
Well, Hopkins was all over that pitch. Lined that one on the fly, or not on the fly, but it was hit hard, and it got past the diving glove of the third baseman Johnson. So now runners at first and second with Forte stepping in. I think the Outlaws are thinking bunt here because the first baseman Campbell is in, and Johnson about a step behind the infield grass. Moreno comes set. Forte shows bunt. He gets it down, and it's perfect in front of the mound. Moreno off the mound. The throw is late, and Forte is safe, and the bases are loaded with nobody out on a perfect bunt by Adonis Forte. There's not many pitches that are going to make that play because it was laid down perfectly in between the catcher and pitcher, and Forte, one of the Renegades' fastest runners, beats it out for a bunt single.
Adonis, who hasn't bunted a lot this season, he's been one of the better slash hitters for the Renegades. Placed it perfectly and looked like he's been doing it a long time. So he's definitely got that in his bag, and the Outlaws knew it but still couldn't defend it with a, like you said, absolutely perfectly placed bunt right there.
So now Cole Wagner steps in with nobody out and the bases loaded in a 0-0 game in the top of the 3rd. 3 hits for the Renegades against Moreno, all in this inning to start it off. Runners aren't held on. Here's the first pitch to Wagner, line to right side, and that is foul to make it 0-1. So with Campbell playing behind Forte, Forte's able to get a pretty big lead. And if Wagner were able to put one in a gap with Adonis' speed, you can almost guarantee that it would clear the bases.
I agree with you there. And another note is that the infield's not in, so it looks like they might be going for the double play here, which will be tough with Forte and Wagner's speed.
So Moreno comes set. He's ahead 0-1 on Wagner with bases loaded, nobody out. Next pitch misses outside in a 1-1. It feels like Wagner's had quite a few plate appearances this season with the bases loaded, and that's exactly who you don't want to face as a pitcher because Wagner's going to force you to throw strikes.
Absolutely. We said it in the first inning. His approach at the plate, he's patient and waits on a pitch that he can drive most of the time. So you're exactly right. He's exactly who Moreno is not wanting to face here. Bases juiced, no outs.
So 1-1 count. Here's the next offering to Wagner, who lines right side, but it is going to be foul. And that ball was hit real well, and if Wagner hits that one on time, we may be looking at a 4-0 ball game, but he was out in front and sent it out of the ballpark.
He's got sneaky power. He's got great slashing ability where he can really spray the ball, but as we've seen, if he goes to Nevada, he is just an absolute power machine, and got a hold of that one, just foul.
So Wagner, who's 0 for 1 on the day, flew out to left his first time up. Going to have to battle on a 1-2 count. Nobody out, and the bases loaded. 0-0 ball game. Here's Moreno's pitch. It's swung on a miss as Wagner chases low and away. Riccio hangs on for out number 3. I think Wagner just got a little bit too aggressive there with the bases loaded and chased a pitch that he doesn't usually chase. And now we'll see what Reether can do. Bases loaded. Now 1 out.
Looked like Moreno went with the changeup or something off speed. So Wagner seeing maybe a slower pitch, his eyes lit up and just outside and chased it.
So Reether singled to center his first time up, 1 for 1. Renegades could use another hit like that here in this spot. Forte leads off at first, Hopkins at second, and Ott at third. Moreno comes set. Here's the first pitch to Reether, who takes inside 1-0. Just as that pitch was delivered, Gorling let out a loud groan, as you can always count on him to try and get into the head of the opposing pitcher.
Doing his part from the dugout before he has a bat here to try to give any advantage to his Renegade squad.
So Moreno comes set. Now 1-0 count on Reether, the Renegades' number 3 hitter. Next pitch is swung on a miss as an awkward swing there by Reether. Didn't even really swing all the way around, kind of almost like a sword. And that makes it 1 ball and 1 strike on the Renegades' right fielder. So
Renegades need to capitalize here with the bases loaded with 1 out. They have to capitalize, get ahead of the Outlaws early in this game.
1-1 pitch to Reether on the way, grounded foul. Actually kicks off of Reether and then goes out into fair play. So now a 1 ball 2 strike count on Reether. And like you mentioned, it's pretty imperative that Reether puts a ball in play here, because if you make out number 2 here, then you're putting a lot of pressure on Matashek to come through after back-to-back outs would be recorded by Moreno. So we'll see what Reether can do, and a 2 strike count. Looked at a first pitch ball and then has since gone swing and a miss and then foul ball. So Forte off of first base, Hopkins at second, and Ott at third. Bases loaded, 1 out in a 0-0 game. Moreno quickly glances over to third, now comes set. Glances back at third, now comes home to Reether. Pitch just swung on a miss as he gets Reether to swing out in front and over it. And that's back-to-back huge Ks by Moreno with the bases loaded. And now it'll be up to Jack Matashek. Bases still juiced, but now 2 outs.
Moreno is locked in here since the bases got loaded. He is not making any mistakes, executing his off-speed very well. And it's got the Renegades hitters in a bind right now. So hopefully the hottest hitter for the Renegades, Matashek, can scratch a run across here with the bases loaded.
Matashek drove in 2 runs last night. That was all Jefferson City needed as they won 2-1. Could use a big knock right here with bases loaded and 2 outs in the third. Here's the pitch to Matashek. It skips in there. Nice block by Riccio behind the plate, because if that gets away, out comes home. But he keeps it in front of him. It's now 1-0 on the Renegades DH. This inning started with a single to left field by Colby Ott, and Hopkins ripped another single to left field before Adonis Forte got a bunt single to load him up with nobody out. But back-to-back strikeouts by Wagner and Reether have us sitting bases loaded, 2 outs now, and no runs have come in to score in the top of the third. Moreno looking to get out of this jam. He's behind 1-0 to Matashek. Next pitch hit in the air out to shallow left center. Davis comes in. Bressler goes out. Who wants it? Woodmansey calls and makes the catch for out number 3. And the Renegades, after loading him up with nobody out, leave him loaded and are kept off the scoreboard thanks to magnificent work by Moreno working out of that jam. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. We'll see what Maltby can do. You're listening to Renegades versus Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network in a 0-0 ball game.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Back for the bottom of the third inning here on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt and Bryce Kriesel, Renegades and Outlaws here in the divisional round of the MINK League playoffs. One will advance to the championship series starting on Thursday, and they will take on the winner of the North Division, and that is a matchup between the Clarinda A's and St. Joseph Mustangs happening in St. Joe. That game is also scoreless in the bottom of the third inning, so pretty clear that the Aces are going tonight for all 4 teams. First pitch by Maltby misses outside, 1-0. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 for the Outlaws here this inning, giving up just 1 base runner so far, a 2-out single by Tyler Davis in the second. And now Johnson ahead of 1-0 count, pops it up right side. That gets out of play now, 1-1. Hopefully the Renegades are able to steal back some of that momentum they just lost after straining the bases loaded, which they had with no outs, and failed to score a run.
Absolutely. That was a pivotal moment in the ball game, and it didn't go the Renegades' way, so they need some luck to go on their side. And like you said, grab this momentum back, and I think Maltby's the guy to do it. He looks juiced up and still got his good stuff, so I think they got the right guy on the mound to do that.
1-1 pitch to Maltby was fouled back to Johnson. It's now ahead in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So far, Maltby through 2 innings has struck out 3 batters. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Johnson. It misses upstairs. Now we're even 2-2. Corey Syracuse, the second baseman, waits on deck. Then the leadoff hitter, Caden Bressler, will follow. Both these teams still looking to get on the board here at Joe Becker Stadium. 2-2 pitch at 1. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Johnson is rung up for Maltby's 4th strikeout of the game, and that's the second looking as a perfectly located pitch there by the Renegades right-hander to Johnson.
We're hoping Maltby goes deeper into this game, but I think no complaints to start this game off. This is exactly what you imagine, if not even better. He is dealing right now.
So now Corey Syracuse, the number 9 hitter, will step in, sporting the high black socks with the very short white pants. Going to look at our map here and see if we have any listeners from Hawaii, because that would make sense. Did both games last week when the Renegades were playing Syracuse. He grounds left side, deal to his left. He's got it, his throw to first, and plenty of time to going, and that is out number 2. Nice work there by Maltby to get Syracuse on one pitch, and now 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Another quick inning by Maltby shaping up here, so he needs to attack this batter and try to get out here with another efficient inning to keep him in the game longer after throwing over 100 pitches in his last appearance.
So Caden Bressler, the leadoff hitter, steps in. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up, and we'll look at a first pitch called strike. Perfect location there by Maltby. It's now 0-1. So first time through the order for the Renegades right-hander. He retires 4 via the K, gives up just 1 hit and no runs. Next pitch misses low, so now 1-1 on Bressler. Bressler, we've seen him pretty much at the top of the lineup in every game so far this season between the Renegades and the Outlaws. This will be the 9th and final one as the winner moves on and the loser season is over. 1-1 pitch in there, a called strike now 1-2. Renegades led the season series against the Outlaws 5-3, but none of that really matters here as we reach the playoffs. It's down to this one-game game. 1-2 pitch misses upstairs, now 2-2. Meant to say one-game playoff. And the winner will face the North Division starting on Thursday in a 3-game series.
That's the blessing and the curse of the MINK League playoffs. You're just one game away from being eliminated unless you make it to the championship, so you got to be on your toes.
2-2 pitch grounded to Goring. Nice in-between pick on a short hop, and the Renegades first baseman makes out number 3 on a ball that almost skipped by him, but he was able to corral it. So 3 up, 3 down by Maltby. He's retired 9 of 10 through 3 innings, and will go to the 4th, still scoreless. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Go on the Show Me Sports Network. And similar shades to last night where both teams were held scoreless for the first 3. Renegades jumped on the board in the 4th last night and scored 2 runs against the Bombers. And hopefully we get some sort of repeat performance here tonight and the Renegades can take the lead. 0-0 ball game, although the Renegades are out hitting the Outlaws 5-1 as Moreno has been excellent in the damage control category. And now we'll see if Luke Fuller can get things started off with a base hit here in the 4th.
Yes, Moreno did an amazing job getting out of that last inning with the bases loaded, no outs, and the Renegades got to try to scratch a run across here early again.
Fuller looks at a first pitch inside to make it 1-0. He grounded out to 3rd to start the 2nd inning. Now he's off this 4th after both Moreno and Maltby went scoreless for the first 3. This one hit in the air to right fielder coming in. He makes the catch. And that'll be out number 1 as Machuca retires Fuller right there, coming in to make it, and very little problem. And Fuller's retired now 0-2.
He's just missing the ball right there as he pops that one and got right under it. And his first one, he got right on top of it with the ground out. So I still believe in him that later on this game he's going to really connect with one. He's just missing those fastballs right now.
So Gorling now steps in, nobody on, and one out in the top of the fourth inning, 0-0 ball game in this divisional round game. Moreno back into the lineup. Here's his first pitch to Gorling, skips in, then a ball, now 1-0. Gorling made a nice play on a short hop ground ball to end last inning and keep things scoreless. So now 1-0 pitch to him from Moreno is looked at a strike, 1-1. Update between the A's and Mustangs. They're also scoreless in the top of the fourth inning. So no runs scored across all four teams so far, as we're also in the fourth inning here, about 50 minutes into this ball game. 1-1 pitch to Gorling, swung on and foul ball off the right side. So now 1-2 on Gorling, who looks to give the Renegades a base runner. They've had base runners in 2 out of 3 innings, went 3 up, 3 down in the second. Left-handed hitting third baseman Caden Deal waits on deck, also 0 for 1. See why the Outlaws turn to Moreno here for this game 1. 1-2 pitch to Gorling, grounded weakly right side. Siracusa waits for it. Now he's got it, and his throw to first is in time to get Gorling 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth, as it seems like Moreno is just going to alternate innings between base runners and 3 up, 3 down. And this, according to that pattern, would be the 3 up, 3 down inning, although he's got to get Deal here with 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah, Moreno, I'm impressed with both pitchers tonight. It's definitely been a pitching duel so far, with the Renegades doing a little bit of slashing but not scratching any runs across the board. So both pitchers on point tonight, and it's shaping up to be a really good playoff game here.
Caden Deal, the left-hand hitting third baseman, in. Grounds first pitch to shortstop. Coming in is Bressler. He's got it. Throw to first is in time, and a very quick 3 up, 3 down inning for Moreno has him through 4 scoreless. And now it'll be Malpe's turn to try and match that, coming back out onto the mound. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network. Outlaws and Renegades still scoreless. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
Riverville Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, Riverville Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade, with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. Riverville Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students, with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about Riverville Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Brady Malpe has been excellent through the first 3 innings, and now he's out for the 4th, ready to face this top part of the Outlaws lineup and look to keep them off the scoreboard, because the Renegades are also scoreless. And winner go home time here tonight at Joe Becker Stadium. First pitch to Riccio, hit in the air to center, but Forte looks to have it measured. 2 steps to his right, makes the catch head high for out number 1. And great start to the inning for Malpe. 1 pitch and 1 out against Riccio, who's now 0 for 2.
Malpe again, he's going to fill up the zone tonight. He knows the importance of this game. He knows that, win or go home, and he's definitely doing his part tonight and waiting for the offense to pick up the pace here for the Renegades.
Well, I would guess for Malpe, he's also not trying to throw over 100 pitches again, so there's been a clear plan of attack, and it's showing, because so far through 3 1/3, he has not walked a batter. Into the windup now against Machuca, who's 0 for 1, looks at a pitch outside, 1-0. And just looking through the lineup so far, just 1 3-ball count for Malpe. That was against Campbell in the second. Everywhere else, only even a couple 2-ball counts. He has been in the zone. This one grounded weakly left side, coming in as Hopkins. He's up with it. A strong throw to first is perfect to Gorling, and that's 2 up, 2 down. Just 3 pitches for 2 outs for Malpe here in the 4th.
You mentioned how he hasn't had a walk yet. If you remember his last appearance in Sedalia, he struggled with some walks early in the game. He also came out of the bullpen in that appearance. I wonder if being the starter and knowing you're pitching all day and being able to warm up before the game is a huge help to Maltby because he's just been lights out tonight.
So now 2 outs, nobody on. Bruff struck out swinging his first time up. Looks at a ball outside, 1-0. So far, just one base runner for the Joplin Outlaws. That was a 2-out single in the second by Tyler Davis. Moreno through 4 has given up 5 hits, but no runs as well. Swing and a miss here by Bruff, who went chasing on a pitch down and away, and now we're even a ball and a strike. Not often you see a team that's good enough to have 2 catchers in the lineup, but the Outlaws have 2 pretty good offensive catchers, and that's why Bruff is DHing. 1-1 pitch is low, so now 2 balls and a strike on Bruff. Maltby looking for out number 3. He's got 4 strikeouts so far through 3 2/3.
Outlaws got to find a way to get Bruff in the lineup with a 3.12 average and a 4.14 on base percentage, so definitely a key at bat trying to sneak into the lineup here.
2-1 pitch misses outside, so now 3 balls and a strike, just a second 3-ball count for Maltby so far. It makes sense when you consider that Bruff has over 400 on base percentage. Here's the 3-1 delivery from Maltby. Hit in the air to center field, but Forte once again looks to have it measured. He will camp under it and makes the catch for out number 3. And Maltby goes 3 up, 3 down here in the 4th inning. He's now retired 7 in a row and keeps the Outlaws off the board. To the 5th inning we go. This game's flying by. We're still scoreless. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Renegades second baseman Colby Ott just about to step in to start the top of the 5th inning against A.J. Moreno, who so far through 4 has struck out 3 and given up 5 hits but no runs. Ott's got him for one of those 5 hits. That came in the 3rd inning and looks at a ball here to make it 1-0.
Ott's at bat. That inning where he got the hit was extremely impressive, and I look for him to do the same thing here.
1-0 pitch also misses outside, so now on ahead in a count 2-0. This game could very easily be a different score if the Renegades had capitalized on bases loaded, nobody out in the 3rd inning, because they have been all over Moreno on the base pass, but did nothing pushed across. Only one base runner against Maltby so far on the other side. This pitch ripped to left, but it is going to get foul. Otherwise, that one was on its way to the left field corner. So that's a foul ball, and now 2 balls and a strike on Ott, who's 1 for 1. Hopkins also 1 for 1, waits on deck. And then Forte taking his 3rd at bat in the hole. Nobody up in the bullpen for the Outlaws, although there's 2 pitchers out there for the first time. They have not been out there all game. Moreno hasn't had to throw a ton of pitches really outside of the 3rd inning, so you wouldn't think to see anyone come in anytime soon. Here comes the 2-1 to Ott. He will swing, hit it well to center field. Davis going back. He's on his horse. He's still running, and he will finally slow up and make the catch. That's a nice running grab into left center field as Ott gave that one a ride, but Davis runs it down just short of the track for out number 1.
What I've noticed these last 2 weeks, well, Ott's numbers aren't the best on the year. His outs are always hard hit balls. He seems to just be very unlucky and hit them right into where the fielders are standing, but he makes good contact, and it should pay off for him later on this game, or hopefully later on this season in the championship series.
Well, yeah, in the majors, there's a stat called expected batting average. Odds would be a lot higher than his actual batting average because, like you said, he hits the ball hard, but good defensive plays get him out as the first pitch misses up to Hopkins 1-0. I mean, off the bat, I thought that was getting over Davis's head. Now 1-0 pitch to Hopkins, also upstairs, so 2-0 now. So far this inning, right-handed starter Moreno fell behind 2-0 to Ott before coming back, getting a foul ball, then a flyout. Has now fallen behind 2-0 once again to Hopkins. Nobody on and one out here in the top of the fifth. Next pitch to him, swung on, hit in the air to right. Looks to be routine for Machuca, who now goes back just in front of the track, sizes it up, and make the catch just a few steps in front of that hill. And two pretty well-hit balls for the Renegades here in the fifth, but nothing to show for it as Hopkins flies out to right field.
You mentioned that hill. That was almost the first ball that the hill was going to come into play. So I was excited to see how the outfielder was going to play it, but it just came short.
Well, if you hit that ball hard, I mean, the grass isn't too thick out there, so it'll roll up that hill. We've seen it earlier games this season. I don't remember who, but someone pulled a extra base hit down the right field line, and it actually rolled up the hill. So it'll do that if you hit it on the ground. Now Forte steps in, first pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. Forte had a bunt single to load the bases with nobody out in the third, but was left stranded as the Renegades were kept off the scoreboard, and we're still sitting at zeros between the Renegades and the Outlaws. Just under an hour into this one. Next pitch is fouled out of place. Now 0-2 on Forte. I mean, we're this game with both the pitching. We are flying through it. I mean, right now we're on pace for a 2-hour game.
Yeah, got to get a run scratch across. You know the Renegades are no strangers to extra inning games, so hopefully we can scratch a run across and make it a quick appearance through the championship series.
0-2 pitch coming to Forte. Here's Moreno's delivery, grounded up the middle. That's going to get into center field. Forte's got his third hit of the ball game. He's 3 for 3 from the leadoff spot and gives the Renegades their 6th hit of the game. Forte took that one right back where it came from into center field, and now with 2 outs and Wagner coming to the plate, I would not be shocked here to see Forte try and run and get into scoring position. Worst case scenario, you're having 2, 3, 4 come up to start next inning.
I agree with that statement. It seems like a good spot to maybe get Forte in motion, and hopefully Wagner can spray a ball and score him if he gets started quick.
First baseman Campbell will head over and hold on Forte. This is the first Renegades base runner to reach since Forte reached with the bunt single last time. First pitch to Wagner in there, a strike. Since then, 8 straight Renegades had been retired up until that base hit. Now 0-1 on Wagner, who's got a fly out to left and a strikeout swinging. Hopefully he's got some magic in that walk-off wood bat to help the Renegades jump out in front. 0-0 ball game, but the Renegades have 6 hits, and the Outlaws just have 1. Forte's going. Here's the pitch. It misses low, and no chance for Riccio as that one kicks away. Forte probably would have had it stolen anyway. Regardless, he's now in scoring position with 2 outs here and a chance for the Renegades to get on the board.
Love the decision right there to send Forte. Getting him in scoring position possibly gives Wagner the confidence knowing that if he gets a ball, just a base hit, it's scoring Forte with the speed from second. So I love the decision by Coach Mike, and hopefully it pays off for the Renegades right here.
So on the stolen base was ball 1, so 1-1 now on Wagner. Decent lead off a second for Forte. Draws a look from Moreno, who now comes back home to Wagner, who will take upstairs. 2-1 on the Renegades left-handed hitting left fielder. Shortstop Wrestler looks to be the one that's going to try and at least keep Forte near the bag. Forte now looks back and says something to him as Wrestler plays right behind him up the middle. Right side, Syracuse and Campbell playing pretty much normal spots, so Wagner was hit it on the ground, may have to go opposite way. 2-1 pitch coming to Wagner, who will take upstairs again. It's now 3-1, and if Wagner sees one more, we may see Tommy Reethler, the number 3 hitter, come up with 2 on and 2 out.
Favorable count right here for Wagner with Moreno probably looking to send one center cut to not walk a batter here. So if I'm Wagner, I'm looking fastball all the way and staying off speed.
Renegades looking to get on the scoreboard first from the top of the 5th inning. 0-0 ball game and a runner at second with 2 outs. Cole Wagner back in. Moreno comes set, pitching out of the stretch. Quick look to second, now looks back home. Here's just 3-1 to Wagner. It will be a called strike as Wagner was already out of the box and on his way to first. But umpire says that one nabs the outside corner. We're now full 3-2.
It was a good pitch by Moreno, not throwing one center cut and just sneaking in that fastball right in the outside corner, as you said. So good execution by Moreno here, and Wagner's going to have to fight to get Adonis home here.
So this at-bat right here could go a long way in deciding this ball game. Forte off of second base, incredible speed. Here's the 3-2 to Wagner. Pitch is swung on, grounded foul as Forte was on his way to third trying to swipe a bag, and he'll have to head back as we'll do the 3-2 once again. Interesting decision there to send Forte going to third with 2 outs, and with good speed you'd figure that a single would score him anyway, but makes sense because if Wagner walks and you have Forte steal third, then maybe just a wild pitch could get the Renegades on the board. So we'll see if he does it again. We'll still be 3-2. Moreno looks in. Now comes sets. Wagner back in the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Forte dancing off a second. Here's the pitch. Forte not going. It misses outside, and Wagner walks. And now first and second with 2 outs with Tommy Reether come to the plate here in the 5th.
Good at bat there by Wagner to not chase that outside pitch. Tried to paint it on the outside once again, and he held off here. So we got 2 of our best base runners on base here, and give Tommy Reether a chance to, again, try to scratch this Renegade run across to take the lead here in Joplin.
So Reether coming to the plate with 2 out and 2 on. That was the first walk of the game issued by Moreno, who threw 4 2/3, struck out 3, and gave up 6 hits and no runs. Has been able to limit damage when the Renegades got runners on. They had 2 hits in the first, 3 hits in the second, and now a hit and a walk here in the 5th, but no runs to show for it. We'll see if Reether can change that. Meeting at the mound between Joplin's coach and the catcher, Riccio. No one warming at all in the bullpen, although now someone is starting to get up, but that's actually not anyone in a jersey and pants. So no warming, and if Moreno can get out of this inning, no reason to, because he's still been pretty effective all night long. Renegades will obviously have Maltby back out for the bottom of the 5th inning. As through 4, he's given up just 1 hit, no runs, and 4 strikeouts. So Renegades trying to give their starter the lead to work with headed to the bottom half. Moreno now back on the bump. He looks in. He works from that far left side of the pitching rubber. Quick check of Forte out at second, and he'll step off and look Adonis back to the bag, although no one is covering the bag with 2 outs, so Adonis doesn't even go all the way back. Wagner also not held on at first base. First baseman Campbell plays behind him, trying to prevent the ball hit down the right field line. Moreno comes set again. Here's the first pitch to Reether, grounded back up the middle. A chance for the shortstop wrestler to get it, and he steps on the second base bag for out number 3. Just 1 pitch needed there to retire Reether and end the inning. So the Renegades put a couple base runners on once again, but leave them stranded once again, and we stay scoreless going to the bottom of the 5th inning on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Joplin coming to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 0-0 ball game. Before they come to bat, I want to tell you about Walk-Off Wood Bat Company, handcrafted right here in Missouri. Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. First baseman Matt Campbell in to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Just 1 hit so far for the Outlaws against Renegades starter Brady Maltby, and Campbell will take a first pitch up, 1 ball and no strikes. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. 1-0 pitch on the way to Campbell, fouled out of place. Now we're at 1 ball and a strike, nobody on and nobody out to start the bottom of the 5th inning. To find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wildbats.com. Hopefully the Renegades can find their confidence at the plate and get us on the scoreboard and ride that offense into the championship game on Thursday. 1-1 pitch, swung on a miss as Campbell is out in front and swung over it for strike 2. So Maltby so far through 4 innings has given up just 1 hit, no runs, and a struck out 4. The 1 hit came to Tyler Davis, who waits on deck and Matt Woodmansey is in the hole. 1-2 count to Campbell. Here's Maltby's pitch, grounded right side. Ott comes in on a couple of steps, up with it, throw to first. Is in time to going 1 up, 1 down, and Maltby really settling in here. He's now retired 8 batters in a row.
The way it's going so far, I think pitch count might be the only thing that'll stop Maltby from going this whole game. He has looked the same as he's looked in the first inning, never wavering, just attacking the zone, and his stuff is on point tonight.
So Tyler Davis 1 for 1, steps in, had a single to center with 2 strikes on him in the second inning. Looks at a first pitch low, 1-0. You would assume, just based on the amount of days needed for rest and where the games are scheduled, this would be it on the season for Maltby unless they try to bring him back maybe out of the bullpen in the last game, but even that would be a stretch. So you can leave it all on the table here tonight with Maltby. 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled off, 1-1. But like you said, the thing is he threw so many pitches not even a full week ago, so that I think will hinder him more than the fact that he can throw as much as you say want to since he's not going to pitch. It just depends on how well that arm is feeling, maybe not even completely recovered from throwing 120 plus against Sedalia.
Right. The good news is the Renegades got almost a full bullpen with just Braden Boyer going last night. So
grounded up the middle, Ott ranging to his right. He kicks off his glove. The long throw to first is not going to be in time. Don't think even if Ott fielded that one on the first hop, he would have had a chance as Davis runs well, so that'll go down as an infield single, and he's now 2 for 2 with both Joplin hits.
So even if Maltby has to be pulled out of this game due to the pitch count / arm soreness, you know he'd like to go the full thing, but sometimes it's just safer to be pulled. Renegades do have almost their full bullpen with just Boyer going last night, so it does provide a chance to keep good pitching throughout this whole game.
Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel coming to you from the Docking Room Direct broadcast booth here at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, Missouri. First pitch to Woodmansey, missed outside, 1-0, and it's going to be no pitch because a balk was called, and Davis is going to take second base.
I'm confused what the balk was right there. The field umpire called it, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary, not dropping the ball or a bad step off. So I'm going to assume he didn't get set or something technical like that.
So pitch was not called to Woodmansey, so it's still a 0-0 count. And now first base runner in scoring position for the Outlaws here tonight with 1 out in the 5th. That's Davis, who's at second base. Maltby comes set. Here's his next pitch to Woodmansey. Grounded right side, but it is just foul. Otherwise, that would have been out number 2. And now it'll be Owen Wood on Woodmansey, and Davis will have to head back to second base. Outlaws and Renegades here tonight, playing for the 9th and final time this season. Renegades up in the season series 5-3. And winner of this one goes to the League Championship Series against the winner of the North Divisional Round. Loser goes home. Their season is over. And we'll get you an update on that North Division game between the A's and Mustangs here in a moment. Maltby's got work to do, though, now with a runner at second base and only 1 out. He comes set. He's ahead 0-1 on Woodmansey. Quick check out towards second, looking at Davis. Now here's the 0-1 pitch. Fouled. Actually, that may be in play left side. Going after it is Deal in foul ground, and he makes the catch for out number 2. That's a big out from Boyer, and he bounces back to get Woodmansey, and Deal runs it down out in front of the Joplin dugout. Davis has to stay put at second base.
Yeah, huge out right there to make sure the runner doesn't advance from second to third, because then, like always, if a pass ball happens, most likely they score. So good job by Maltby to pitch him inside there and get a pop out in foul ground.
Carson Johnson steps in. He struck out his first time up, hits with 2 outs, and the go-ahead run at second here in the bottom of the 5th in a 0-0 ball game. 6 hits for the Renegades, just 2 so far for the Outlaws, those both coming off the bat of Tyler Davis. Maltby quickly looks out to second. Now the first pitch to Johnson. Called strike. 0-1. Good location on the outside corner to move ahead of the third baseman, Johnson. Told you we'd update on that game in the North. They're also moving pretty quickly. They're in the top of the 5th inning, but the A's have scored a run. They lead 1-0 over the Mustangs, just jumping out in front. Hopefully our game doesn't follow suit with the team scoring run in the 5th inning, and this thing stays scoreless. Head into the 6th. 0-1 pitch to Johnson. Lines left center field. Forte going after it. He will not have a play as that's down for a base hit. Scoring easily from second base will be Davis. He's in standing, and an RBI single by Johnson has the Outlaws in front 1-0 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Back-to-back hits, or 2 hits in the inning, have the Outlaws on the scoreboard, and the crowd is giving them some applause right now.
That's when a simple baseball play like a balk happens and really hits home. You know, that runner doesn't get to second base if the balk doesn't happen, but looks like Maltby's got it figured out, and hopefully he can rally and get this next out to give the Renegades a chance to tie this game up.
So Renegades will now be trailing for the first time heading to the 6th. Just a 1-0 ball game. Johnson off of first base and Goring holding him on. First pitch to Syracuse swung on a miss. He was late. So it's now 0-1. Syracuse grounding out to third his first time up. Renegades have put pressure on Moreno. They just haven't been able to crack the scoreboard. They've had base runners in every inning, and hopefully that does not come back to bite them if they have left plenty of opportunities here through 5. 0-1 pitch coming to Syracuse, who steps back into the box. He's a right-handed hitter. He's at second base tonight. Maltby long to look in. Now comes set. Pitch is upstairs, 1-1. So the Outlaws had just one hit coming into this 5th inning, and now they've got 2 more. An infield single by Davis with 1 out. He advanced to second on a balk and then scored on a 2-out RBI single from Carson Johnson to center field. And although Forte came in on it quickly, no chance to get Davis, who ran well. So Johnson off of first, 1-1 pitch is grounded right side off the glove of Maltby. Ott's going to have to come in. He barehands throws to first, is in time, and Ott saves the inning as a nice barehanded play by the Renegades second baseman will retire the side. Nicely done, Colby Ott.
Absolutely. We've said it again. Plus infielder right there. His defense has shined so bright in this game, and he's put together a really good game here in the South League Division Championship.
To the 6th inning we go. Renegades now trailing thanks to an RBI single by Carson Johnson, and Moreno back out on the mound for the Outlaws. We'll be back in just a moment. 1-0 Outlaws lead heading to the 6th.
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Renegades trailing for the first time all night long, down 1-0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel bringing you tonight's coverage on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades and Outlaws winner to the MINK League Championship game. Moreno sets on the bump, goes into his windup, and now his first pitch to Matashek. Called strike on the inside corner, and don't know how much Matashek liked that call.
It looked to appear a bit inside. Call didn't go Matashek's way, but now he knows that pitch could be called strike and looked to pull it in the right field.
0-1 by Moreno, fouled off right side, and the Renegades dugout will bring it in. Goring will throw it back to Moreno, who is not looking. Actually, he was throwing it over to the Joplin dugout. So now 0-2 on Matashek. It'll be 4-5-6 for the Renegades here in the 6th. Fuller on deck and Goring in the hole. The three are combined 0-6 so far tonight. Renegades have 6 hits compared to Joplin's 3, but trail 1-0. 0-2 to Matashek upstairs. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Moreno so far through 5 has struck out 3, given up 1 walk and 6 hits, but no runs as a left-hander is starting to warm out there in the bullpen for the Outlaws. 1-2 pitch on its way to Matashek. It's grounded right side. Syracuse will have no play, and that's into right field for a base hit. And just the way the Renegades needed to start this 6th, as Matashek has his first hit of the night into right field, and a no-out base runner here for the Renegades to start this inning off.
You just mentioned Moreno's stats, and I think the most impressive one is no runs when we had bases loaded, no outs, and he really locked down and got those outs, and he's done it with runners in scoring position all night. So happy Matashak get on, and hopefully Fuller can drive him home finally and get in Moreno's book.
Well, this would be a great time for your pick to click tonight to come through and help the Renegades tie the game or move out in front. Matashak off of first pitch to Fuller, swung and fouled back 0-1. Did mention a second ago, left-hander now throwing for the Outlaws, and now another pitcher warming up. So we could see some double barrel action. That's way too far to my sight to see the number of the lefty, although maybe 24, I'm not totally sure. Regardless, someone warming for the first time all night with Moreno working here into the sixth. Short lead at first from Matashak. Campbell holds him on. And Fuller can take it opposite way. A ton of room to work with on the right side of the infield. 0-1 pitch coming. It's going to be grounded right side. Somehow stays fair, and Campbell gets a glove on it. He'll step on first, but Matashak moves up to second. That was a weird hit baseball because it started off to the right and then comes back left, and Campbell actually slipped and still got a hand on it. But since it was hit so slow, no double play, and now a runner in scoring position for the Renegades.
Very important, like you said, no double play right there to a very weird hop, and the first baseman just couldn't control it. Matashak with not the best speed, but if Gorling puts one in the gap, almost scores him automatically. So Gorling needs to do a good job of hitting here and really slash one into the outfield.
Well, that almost took a really favorable bounce, because if that's a few more inches to the left, that gets past Campbell and into right field for potentially first and third. So one out now, Gorling in, he's over 2 with 2 groundouts. Matashak off a second single to lead off this inning. Renegades trail 1-0. First pitch to Gorling outside. Well, Riccio tried to steal it. It's now 1-0. Caden Deal waits on deck. Moreno has gotten through 5 1/3 and kept the Renegades off the scoreboard. And although the Renegades have had offensive success in this ballpark so far this season in the 4 trips, none so far tonight. Moreno comes set. Here's the 1-0 to Gorling line. Shallow right field coming in is Machuca, still coming in and now makes the catch shoulder high. And that's out number 2 as a nice running grab by the Joplin outfielder. Keeps Matashak put at second base. And now it'll take a 2-out base hit for the Renegades to get on the scoreboard.
This has been the story all game. Moreno running's getting scoring position, and he just turns into be lights out. He's done a great job keeping the Renegades off the board tonight, and Caden Deal needs to work really hard to try to change it to get the Renegades tied up in this game heading into the 6th inning.
Deal's got a pop out and a ground out so far tonight, and Moreno looking to complete inning number 6 scoreless. Deal looking to put the Renegades in either out ahead or tie this game up at 1 apiece after Joplin just scored 1 run in the bottom of the 5th. Moreno quickly checks Matashak out at second base, now looks out there again. Now back home, and here's the first pitch to Deal, who swings and misses on a pitch low and away for strike 1. Deal, a recent addition to the Renegades, looking to come up big here. Down in number 12, I believe at one point this season, that blue jersey belonged to Ross Lovich, who had good success in this ballpark, 2 home runs. Be nice if he could have the same success here tonight. Back on the bump now is Moreno, works from the far left side of it. Next pitch is going to miss outside the Deal, so now we're even at a ball and a strike.
Moreno working a little slower here. He might be laboring a bit with an uptick in pitches in these last few innings because Renegade's been able to put a lot of base runners on.
So Matashak singled and advanced on the Fuller ground ball. He's at second base with 2 outs. Moreno looking to strand that runner. Next pitch to Deal is looked at, called strike. It's now 1-2 on Deal, looking to avoid the strikeout. Moreno's only struck out 3 so far through 5 2/3. So the Renegades have put balls in play, and that's why they have 7 hits and a walk. Just no runs to show for it. Obviously not hitting too well with runners in scoring position. I believe the only hit they have with runners in scoring position would be the Adonis Forte bunt single, and that loaded them up with nobody out, but the Renegades failed to score. It's now 1-2 on Deal. Matashak lead off a second. Nobody holding him on with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Deal. Swung on. Just fouled off the end of the bat to the backstop. Deal did not make a whole lot of contact, but enough to stay in live and keep this at-bat going.
Not at all. I think that pitch is a changeup. Definitely off speed, and Deal was out in front expecting fastball. And just to foul tip it right there is important, hoping that Moreno makes a mistake here.
Syracuse, the second baseman, looks to be only playing about a step in from the right field grass at second base with the lefty Deal in the box. He's trying to prevent any ground ball from getting past him. Everyone else pretty much in normal spots. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Deal. And here comes the righty Moreno's pitch. It misses upstairs, and the catcher Riccio out of his crouch to grab it. Now even 2 balls and 2 strikes to Deal with the righty hitting Colbiot waiting on deck. He's put good wood on the bat twice tonight. Wood on the ball twice tonight. So long look in by the starter Moreno. Now he's gotten one he likes. Lefty Deal, light wave of the bats. Quick look out to second base to Matashek. Look once again by Moreno. Here's his 2-2 pitch to Deal. It skips in there. Nice block to keep Matashek at second base. But now it's run full to Deal. Renegades looking for their second base runner of the inning. More importantly, looking for a base hit that could knock this game at 1 or put them out in front 2-1.
Good at bat by Deal here to work it full. He's doing a good job of fighting off pitches and not swinging out of the zone. So hopefully he can get on here and give Ott a chance to hit him home.
Long way to go in this ballgame, but Renegades down to their last 10 outs on the season. If they can't come back, they'll go home, and Joplin will move on to the championship. Moreno, right-hander, looking to retire Deal. Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. It is outside on a close pitch, and the crowd does not like it, but Deal's got ball 4, and now runners at first and second with 2 outs for the Renegades on a stone-cold take there by Caden Deal. That pitch did not miss by much, but now it'll bring up Ott with 2 on and 2 outs.
Colby Ott with a hit already tonight and an out that was a good hit ball. I feel good about the situation right now with Ott coming up to the plate despite his season numbers.
Outlaws aren't going to hold either runner on with 2 outs, playing to keep the ball on the infield. First baseman Campbell playing behind the runner at first, Deal, and then the shortstop and second baseman Syracuse and Bressler in pretty normal spots. First pitch to Ott, swings and fouls it off right side. 0-1 on the Renegades second baseman. Renegades started this inning with a single by Matashek. He moved up to second on a look for a ground out. Carter Goring flew out to right, and then Deal just walked to put us at first and second. With 2 outs here at Joe Becker Stadium, 1-0 Outlaws lead. Top of the 6th inning, Moreno looking to get out number 3. Here's his 0-1 to Ott, who will swing and foul it off again right side. He's done that now 2 pitches in a row, and he's hit behind in an 0-2 count against Moreno.
Looking out to the Outlaws bullpen, it's just some light throwing by the left-hander. I agree with you. I think it's number 24. So this looks to be Moreno's inning, and he's a pitch away from getting out of it.
Hopkins waits on deck. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Ott also 1 for 2 in the batter's box. Hit here could tie the game for the Renegades, or a gap shot could give them the lead. Runners take the leads. That's Deal and Matashek. Moreno coming set. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs to Ott. That misses up and in, and Ott takes for ball 1. So 5th batter of the inning for the Renegades here in the 6th. They've only gone 3 up, 3 down, 2 out of the 6 innings. And they put multiple base runners on in the other 4. They just haven't been able to get a hit with runners in scoring position. Their only hit with a runner in second or third came with a ball that didn't leave the infield, a bunt single. So 1-2 pitch now to Ott from Moreno. It's grounded weakly third base side. Johnson comes in, and he'll just put the tag on Matashek, who had no choice but to run right into him. And that will end the inning as Moreno gets out of the 2-out jam and completes his 6th inning of work. To the bottom half of the inning we go. 1-0 lead for the Outlaws. Maltby coming back out when we return on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Top of the order for the Outlaws here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They lead this one 1-0 after taking the lead on a Carson Johnson RBI single with 2 outs in the 5th. So now it'll be Bressler, Riccio, and Machuca. First pitch to Bressler misses 1-0. Maltby looking to rebound after giving up a run last inning to put the Joplin Outlaws the first on the scoreboard. Maltby into the lineup, the 1-0 to Bressler. Cold strike on the inside corner, now 1-1. So Renegades slowly running out of opportunities. They'll have just 3 more trips to the plate. And although they're out hitting the Outlaws 7-3, A.J. Moreno keeps getting out of jams to keep them scoreless. 1-1 to Bressler is swung on a miss as Maltby blows it by him. Now 1-2. Renegades bullpen dead silent, so this I would assume will be Maltby's game as long as they can take him. But for the Outlaws, some double barrel action. Just one throwing now, but a moment ago they had two up. Now it's just that lefty. We'll see if he comes out for the 7th. 1-2 pitch. Did and missed by much, and Maltby does not get the call. It's now 2-2 as Bressler stays alive to see another pitch in this at-bat.
Perfectly executed pitch by Maltby there. It didn't go his way, but I like to see him go right back to it.
2-2 pitch, fouled off right side, so we'll do it again. For the Outlaws starter Moreno, he has thrown 6 shutout innings, but he's given up 7 hits and 9 walks, so he's had to work quite a bit. Would be interested to see if we see him again for the 7th or go to the bullpen. 2-2 pitch coming to Bressler back up the middle. That's through the legs of Maltby and into center field for a base hit. Bressler's got his first hit of the night and makes a big turn but holds it first with a no-out single here to start the bottom of the 6th inning.
I like to see how Maltby reacts here. Last time base runner got on, it didn't end up well for him as the run was scratched across for the Outlaws. So I like to see him rebound here and really lock in to prevent another run from going across, give the Renegades a chance to tie the game with just one swing of the bat.
Now stepping in will be the number 2 hitter, Joe Riccio. He's got a strikeout and a flyout. Maltby looking to put him away as Growing at first holds on Bressler. First pitch to him, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Maltby just giving up 1 run through 5 innings. He's also struck out 4. Single just a moment ago to Bressler. Only the 4th hit he's given up, just hasn't got the offensive support so far tonight. Although still 3 more innings, 9 outs for the Renegades to try and push at least one across. 0-1 pitch now coming from Maltby. That's going to hit the bat. Nope, it actually hit the arm of Riccio, and he's going to head on down to first base on a hit by pitch. And now 2 on with nobody out. Trouble brewing for Maltby and the Renegades here in the 6th inning.
That is a weird play. The sound it made, it sounded like it hit off the end of the bat, a foul ball, but hit the elbow guard of the batter, and runner on first and second, and like you said, Maltby's going to have to really work to get out of this inning here.
Well, all of a sudden, very quickly, an arm is emerging in the Renegades bullpen, number 21. I believe that may be Xander Lovin.
I believe it is.
We've had so many changes, don't have the updated blue jersey roster, but I believe that may be him. I can double check in just a moment. Now first and second, nobody out, and Goring playing in at the corner. I think he's expecting bunt here from Machuca, with the Outlaws trying to add to a 1-0 lead. Here's Maltby's pitch. Machuca not showing bunt, takes a called strike, 0-1 on the number 3 hitter, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. This inning started with a single to center field until a hit by pitch against Riccio has put 2 on with nobody out. Looking at it, yep, number 21, Xander Lovin is warming up in the bullpen for the Renegades. That is who it is. As Maltby running into a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's his 0-1 delivery. Bunt is shown, but then pulled back as that misses upstairs. Now 1-1 on the number 3 hitter, Machuca, as Goring came crashing in. I think Joplin recognized that this could be a gigantic momentum swing if they bunt these 2 runners over and score them both. I mean, with how this pitching has been for the Outlaws tonight, a 3-0 lead would feel like 8-0, I'm sure, for Jefferson City.
You're absolutely right about that, but I trust in Maltby to possibly get a double play here if he doesn't bunt it.
1-1 pitch hit in the air, right center field very well. Both the right fielder and Forte going after it. They will run out of room, and that's a 3-run home run for Jacob Machuca, and the Outlaws now lead this one 4-0 with no outs in the 6th. Machuca hits that one to about the deepest part of the yard, and neither Luther or Forte was running that one down. That'll be a nice souvenir for Machuca when he gets that one back, as this crowd goes wild as the right fielder stomps on home plate as he obliterates a baseball into the grass out there at right center field.
You're right about that. Machuca was sitting on that pitch and absolutely smoked it deep into center field. Pitching coach comes out to talk to Maltby to try to settle him down because the crowd is buzzing right now.
Pretty good turnout here at Joe Becker Stadium, and as soon as that one got over the wall in right center field, this place erupted, and the Renegades are now going to have to do some major work trailing this one 4-0, and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Xander Lovin just started warming a moment ago, and now Renegades starting to settle down Maltby, who trying to get the Renegades through 6 innings here. He's been magnificent all season, but he's also been asking to do a lot here in this last week, and just made a mistake pitch right there to Machuca.
Absolutely. He's been brilliant in this game. The score, it's just one swing of the bat. Besides that, he has been absolutely on fire and all season been the Renegades' go-to guy. So hopefully we can get out of this inning here, and I'd say the good news for the Renegades, plenty of base runners tonight. They just got to start scratching them across. So While 4 runs seems a lot right now, it could get a lot closer with a couple key hits later in this game.
Max Bruff looks at the ball, so now 1-0. Yeah, 5 innings so far from Malpe on the stat line does not do justice to his actual line. He has pitched so much better than that tonight, just made the one mistake. 1-0 pitch misses low to Bruff, now 2-0. Can't imagine if Malpe loses Bruff and then maybe Campbell to follow, that would see him for too much longer, especially with Lovin warming in the pen, Renegades right-hander. Nobody on and no out here in the bottom of the 6th. The next pitch outside as Malpe really has not been particularly close to Bruff here on this at-bat. Going to have to come back here as it's now 3-0 on the DH and cleanup hitter for the Outlaws.
Looks like some fatigue setting in for Malpe. He pitched so many pitches last week in Sedalia and already quite a few tonight. So
3-0 pitch outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk to to Bruff, and that'll put a runner on first base. 4 straight have reached here for Joplin in this inning, and that'll put another base runner on with nobody out here in the 6th. We'll see what Campbell can do stepping in 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to second. They take another one right now as it would give the Renegades 2 outs here. Needing to retire just somebody here now, trailing 4-0. So Campbell into the box, right-hander with Bruff, who just walked down at first base, holding him on. First pitch to him is fouled off the mask of Fuller. That makes it no balls and a strike. Looking ahead to the top of the 7th for the Renegades, who would now be trailing 4-0 at the very least. It'll be 9-1-2, Hopkins, Forte, and Wagner. Each of them have done some damage tonight. Hopkins 1 for 2, Forte 3 for 3, and Wagner 0 for 2, but does have a walk. Just would have to think how much different this game would be right now had the Renegades capitalized on the bases loaded, nobody out in the 3rd. So maybe still the Outlaws score 4, but the Renegades at least would have themselves in a better spot right now.
Absolutely. That was a key turning point in the game, and the Renegades got to really rally here and almost drain that out of their mind. I think that might be sticking in the batters' minds, especially the 3 that couldn't push a run across. I think they got to drain that out here and understand that 4 runs down for your season to be over, so they got to scratch them across.
1-1 pitch coming to Campbell. It's grounded slowly left side, but that's foul. So now 1-2 on the number 5 hitter and first baseman. Tell you what, for Machuca, we've been to some good ballparks with pretty good crowds. That's one of the louder ballparks we've been in so far this season when that one cleared the wall, because there's a pretty good turnout here tonight. And I was in St. Joe, and that wasn't at full capacity. Maybe that one gets louder, and there's been some loud moments for the Renegades when they walked it off, but this place, it erupted when that 3-home run carried over the wall.
Absolutely. The Outlaws, they're ready for a championship appearance, and the crowd showed up tonight in full force, and I have no doubt in my mind if the Renegades can come back and win this game, Vivian Field will be popping on Thursday night.
1 ball, 2 strike count, nobody out, runner on first. Campbell grounded left side. Hopkins is going to have a long throw. He'll actually go to second, and it is just in time to get Bruff. And one heck of a decision there by Hopkins. He only really had one play, and that was the second. And he gets the force-out call as Ott kept the foot on the bag, and Bruff is retired. That call certainly went the Renegades' way. The crowd did not like it.
Absolutely. It looked like he was there early, but the umpires got the right in front of him, the on-field call, and he called him out. And you're right, Hopkins deep in the hole had one play. He wouldn't have been able to make that throw to first base in time.
So Hopkins saves the day, at least for now, from the Outlaws, getting another base runner on and putting 2 on with nobody out. Now just 1 on and 1 out, and Davis stepping in 2 for 2. Through the first 2 outs of the 5th inning, he had the only 2 hits so far for the Outlaws, as he's now behind 0-1 on Malpe. Since Joplin has really started to turn the tide, they're now up to 5 hits and lead this one 4-0, thanks to 1 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. And Xander Lovin still warming in the bullpen, although another right-handed arm has joined him. That's a single-digit number. Can't tell exactly who it is. 0-1 count. Here comes Malpe's delivery. That skips in there and gets past the glove of Fuller, so Campbell will move on up to second base. That one skipped away and took a high hop near the backstop. And now a runner in scoring position. Still only 1 out in the inning for the Outlaws, who look to continue to add on here to what is a 4-0 lead. So Tyler Davis back into the box. He's in a 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out. Renegades have been kept off the scoreboard despite having 7 hits. Pitching has been really good for most of the night out of Renegades starter Brady Malpe, who shakes off the 1-1 slide from Fuller. Now comes Seth. He's got one he likes. Back into the box is the right-hander Davis. Quick check of the runner. Campbell, here's the next pitch. Swung on and missed, as out in front of that one was Davis. He's now behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Davis upset with himself right now, the swing on that pitch outside, so maybe Malpe goes again back outside to see if he can get him to chase to get another out here in the 6th inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Maltby looking to retire out number 2. Quick check of Campbell at second. 1-2 pitch, just misses high and away. And now we're even 2-2 on Davis, who's got 2 singles and a run scored. One of the other big turning points, I think, in this game was the balk that moved Davis up to second base last inning. Because like you said, if that doesn't happen, Joplin doesn't score in the 5th.
Absolutely. And that's just a freak play. You know, he doesn't mean to balk, and he didn't drop the ball or anything. That's just a baseball play that ended up coming back and really hurting the Renegades.
2-2 pitch was fouled off by Davis, so we'll do it again. Matt Woodmansey waits on deck. You mentioned a moment ago, Joplin is looking for a championship appearance. Last year was the first time in their history that they had hosted a playoff game, now hosting their second here this year, and potential for more if they advance. But the Renegades and their fans would love to show out on Thursday night if the Renegades can advance. That would be the first time that the Renegades would host a playoff game. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Davis upstairs, and Maltby is running full here with 1 out in the 6th.
I believe that is number 5, White Fisher, warming up with Xander Levin in the bullpen.
Well, both have been warming for quite some time now, so imperative here for Maltby's chances to stay in this one that he get Davis right here, right now. Already runner on second, and Campbell 1 out, and 3 already in the inning as Davis calls time before the full count pitch, and Maltby will step off the mound and regroup. Certainly the longest inning we've seen so far tonight, as this is the 6th batter to come to the plate, and 5 of them have reached. So 3-2 count. Maltby quickly checks Campbell. Here's his delivery to Davis. It's grounded weakly left side. Runner will have to hold. Third baseman Deal comes in. His throw to first is in time. And better yet, the runner Campbell stays at second base. And that's a big out number 2 for Maltby, who looks to keep the Outlaws from adding any more than the 4 that they've already got.
Good job by Deal there. As he collected that ball, he gave a quick look to the runner at second just to know that he will throw him out at second, and then fire it over to first base. Perfect execution by the third baseman Deal.
So if the Outlaws want to add any more here in the 6th, it'll be up to a 2-out knock from Matt Woodmansey, who steps in. He's got 2 pop-outs, 1 to second base and 1 to third. Into the box now. Maltby comes set. Here's his first pitch to him, fouled off as he was hacking there. Now 0-1. 7th batter to come to the plate this inning for the Outlaws, and Maltby looking to end it right here. I would guess that this is, if he gets Woodmansey right here and finishes the inning, that'll probably be it for Maltby on the night. And if he lets him reach, Renegades head coach Mike Dubia might come get him and go to one of the bullpen arms. We'll see, though. Maltby overall has pitched really well tonight. Just the 1 pitch to Machuca for the 3-run blast really changed how this final line is going to work. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Woodmansey. He takes it, and that's a called strike. 0-2. Maltby ahead now, no balls and 2 strikes, looking for strikeout number 5 on his start tonight. Runner at second, Campbell reached on a fielder's choice, a bang-bang play where Hopkins got the out at second that allowed Campbell to reach at first. Now that's where he stands in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Maltby looking to put away Woodmansey. Quick check to second. Now here's the pitch. It's upstairs, and we'll have to wait 1 more as Maltby misses to make it 1-2 on Woodmansey.
That's a funny thing about baseball, is one mistake can really change the game with 1 swing of the bat, and the batter took advantage of Maltby's mistake, but really he's been on fire tonight and did a great job of keeping the Renegades scoreless until the past 2 innings.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Here's the next delivery to Woodmansey. Misses low. A nice stop there by Fuller to keep it in front of him. So now we're at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the outfielder for Joplin. Still a lefty warming up for the Outlaws. He's been throwing pretty much, probably for the past 20 minutes or so, with considering the fact he got up in the top half of the inning and then has been throwing the entirety of this long bottom of the 6th. Don't know if we'll see him or Moreno come out for the 7th. Maltby in a 2 ball, 2 strike count, 2 outs, and a runner on. Here's the pitch, swung on, grounded back to Maltby, but it goes through his legs. Hopkins comes in, he's up with it. Throw to first is just in time to get the hustling Woodmansey, and he was retired for out number 3 as Hopkins once again shows off the glove. But the Outlaws do some damage against the Renegades here in the 6th. They push across 3 thanks to Jacob Machuca's 3-run blast, and we'll head to the 7th inning. Renegades trail this one 4-0 on the Show Me Sports Network.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Work to do for the Renegades as we head to the top of the 7th inning as they trail this one 4-0 on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt, Price Creasel, thanks for spending your Tuesday night with us, and hopefully it's a fun rest of that night and the Renegades can rally here facing new pitcher Adrian Rangel as he gives way after AJ Moreno goes a really solid 6 innings, struck out 3, walked just 2, gave up 7 hits, but was especially good with runners on base as he held the Renegades to a grand old donut in the score column and now gives way to the lefty and to face the number 9 hitter Taylor Hopkins to start the 7th.
Adrian Rangel has just short of amazing numbers with 5 appearances, 22 and 2/3 innings, and a 3.18 ERA. So Renegades are going to have their hands full here with Rangel looking to be able to go multiple innings and do some really solid stuff.
First pitch to Hopkins, a called strike, 0-1. Winner of this game between the Renegades and the Outlaws will move on to the championship series starting Thursday night. 0-1 pitch to Hopkins, called strike now quickly 0-2. Renegades are going to have to work if they want to get to that championship game, and it'll be against either Clarinda or St. Joseph. Get you that score update in just a moment. Rangel into his 0-2 pitch. It's swung on a miss as good morning, good afternoon, and good night from Hopkins as Rangel gets him down swinging. And the Renegades, one of their best hitters, unable to do anything against Rangel. And not much you can even say there for Hopkins because that is some overwhelming stuff out of the left-hander's arm. You can't really even blame anyone. I certainly am not making contact with that.
Absolutely not. He executed every pitch with the off-speed right in the spot that I know he wanted it. And that fastball jumps off the page a little bit. So an uptick in fastball might give these Renegades some trouble before they can make an adjustment to it.
Forte now into the batter's box. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. He gets down to the last 8 outs of the season if they can't score 4 runs. Swing and a miss by Forte as he's out in front of that pitch, 0-1. Score update in St. Joseph. They lead 5-1 over the A's in the bottom of the 6th inning. So just a tick behind the Renegades in the inning column. Next pitch line to left, but that's foul now. 0-2 on Forte as 5 straight strikes to start the inning by Rangel. So still a long ways to go, but if both scores hold, your MINK League championship game will consist of the Mustangs and the Outlaws. Hopefully the Renegades can change that with a comeback here starting in the 7th. No balls and 2 strikes to Forte. Here's the next pitch. Line to left. That is into left field for extra bases. Forte pushes it down the line. He's headed to second base. Is over to get his Woodmancy. Forte is in there standing, and he's got a 1-out double. He's now 4 for 4. What a day at the plate for Adonis Forte, looking to help the Renegades rally here with 1 out in the 7th inning.
I'm just not shocked anymore about Forte's ability to spread it to all parts of the field. He starts this offense. He has all season, posting a .257 batting average and a .395 on-base percentage. Adonis Forte was a huge gift for the Renegades this whole season, and he's proven it once again, 4 for 4 tonight.
Well, just snuck that one down the left field line past the diving glove of Johnson, then in with enough speed to easily get to second base. That's where he stands. First pitch to Wagner, snapped in there, a strike, 0-1. Ryan Gelson's coming into the game, has not thrown a ball yet. 3 strikes and a strikeout to Hopkins. 3 strikes, a base hit to Forte. The third pitch where Forte swung and hit into left, and now ahead 0-1 to Wagner. Here's the next pitch to him. That one does miss inside. That's the first one the lefty has delivered that has not found the zone. Now 1-1 on Wagner. Just a 4-0 deficit for the Renegades. So you just string a couple together and find ourselves right back in it. Renegades were down 4-0 after 6 against Sedalia last week and came back and tied it 4-4. So 1-1 strike to Wagner. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Now 1-2 on Wagner. Actually pretty similar situation, down 4-0 after 6, and it was the top of the order that started the rally for the Renegades. Scored 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and actually came back to tie it at 4. They did go on to lose that game, but at least showed some fight, and they're going to need that same fight here down to their season lives. 1-2 strike pitch to Wagner, grounded left side, shortstop Bressler in a long hole, throws across to first. It is going to be offline, it gets away. Forte now coming to the plate, he's in there, and everyone is safe. Renegades on the board, 1-0, and Wagner, I think he would have been safe anyway because that throw was just a little bit offline, but now Forte scores. It's 4-1, and the tying run now on deck for the Renegades with Wagner reaching.
Perfect response by the Renegades here to just chip away at this lead. You're not going to get 4 back in one swing, especially with how the Renegades have batted with the bases loaded, it seems, all year. But perfect job by Wagner to put the ball in play and, put it in the Outlaws' hands to make an out. They made a mistake, and Forte, on point, made him pay for it, scratching and run across. So hopefully Reether can keep the line going.
So looks like the ruling on that last play is here's the first pitch to Reether. Misses low, ball 1-0. It'll be an infield single for Wagner, so that's the 9th hit of the game for the Renegades. But then the E6 on the throw by Bressler allowed Forte to score. So no RBI for Wagner, but a hit for him. He's now been on base twice tonight in the Renegades. Now up to 9 hits. That's the first error made by either side. 1-0 pitch to Reether, misses inside. So now 2-0 with the tying run on deck for the Renegades and Jack Matishek. We know the power that he has. Now let's just see if Reether can reach to bring him to the plate as the tying run.
Joplin, as you would expect, just taking no chances tonight. Already have 2 more arms warming up in the pen.
2-0 pitch coming to Reether. He will look outside. It's now 3-0 on Reether. And I don't know about you, but I think especially with the tying run on deck, I am only swinging here if it is dead red center cut. Outside of that, I'm looking and trying to reach base here and bring Matishek up as the tying run.
Absolutely. The way Matishek's been swinging the bat, too, I think that has to play into Reether's mindset.
3-0 pitch coming to Reether. He will look at it as that one a called strike right in the middle of the zone. So I guess he was taken all the way in a 3-0 count. Plenty of room to work with on the right side of the infield. Syracuse a couple steps more up the middle, and the first baseman Campbell is holding Wagner on at first base. So Rangel comes set, 3 balls and a strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's his pitch to Reether. It's hit in the air after left center field. Davis coming in on the run, now bending back. It's over his head and to the wall. On his way to second is Reether. Wagner to third. They will hold him there, taking no chances with only 1 out. That's a double for Reether and 2 in scoring position for the Renegades, and the tying run coming to the plate.
And tying run being Jack Matishek, who has been hammering the ball lately. I said it in Chillicothe. He's been seeing a watermelon being thrown from the pitcher about this last week, so this is shaping up for possibly a huge Renegades inning to get him really back into this game.
Well, not a good route by the center fielder Davis, who initially came in moving to his right and then went back out and got over his head and one hopped up against the wall. Otherwise, if he takes a better route just going out at first, that may be a catch as he's got good speed. But once it got over his head, that means second and third. Maybe with 2 outs, you potentially send Wagner there, but no reason to risk it with 1 out. But now a base hit and good speed at second could make this a 4-3 ball game, put the Renegades right back in it. So biggest at-bat potentially of the season coming up for Matishek. Top of the 7th inning, Renegades trail 4-1 with 1 out. Here's the pitch to him. Swung on a miss. He was late, 0-1. Renegades now up to 10 hits. They have doubled the Outlaws, but trail this thing by 3, 4-1. 3 hits in the inning, a double, a single, then another double. 1 run already in and 2 more on base. Here's the pitch to Matishek. He'll swing, ground to right side, 0-2. Really need Matishek at the very least to put a ball in play here and score Wagner. The infield is back, so the run is being conceded. But if you can cut it in half, 4-2 with 6 outs to go, you're a bloop and a blast away. A single here would be even better to make it a 1-run game, but if you can put a ball in play here and score Wagner, you really feel good.
Absolutely. Renegades got a do some situational hitting here, as they already had the bases loaded with no outs and couldn't scratch one across. So I like your point. Matashek got to put the ball in play here.
0-2 pitch swung on and just fouled off. Matashek, man, he did not make a whole lot of contact, but it was off the end of the bat and keeps him alive. 0-2. I mean, that one, he almost took that out of the glove of Riccio. So we'll do the 0-2 pitch once again. Pretty much everyone in normal spots. First baseman Campbell may be playing a little over towards the first base line with the lefty hitter. Matashek could pull one down that line, would easily score two and put the tying run in scoring position. All right, Gale comes set, lefty working from the far part of the rubber. Here's his 0-2 to Matashek, swung on a miss on a pitch in the dirt as he goes down on strike for the second time tonight, and a huge out number 2 for the Outlaws, who are just one more out away from stranding 2 in scoring position for the Renegades.
Brian Gale using his off-speed perfectly right there. He saw Matashek get out in front of it, throws it again, barely tips it off, and then he'd go right back to it and get a swing and a miss. Good job of pitching there and good execution.
So Rangel just into the ball game in the 7th after Moreno went the first 6, looking to get out number 3 and keep the Renegades from scoring any more than a run. Here's Luke Fuller. First pitch, him skips in there, gets away. Here comes Wagner, and he is going to score. It's now 4-2, moving up to third is Reether, and a huge wild pitch there because gets the job done with the Renegades now cutting the lead in half, 4-2, and one more of those could make this 4-3 and a 1-0 count to Fuller.
It's the importance of getting runners on third base, especially with some speed. They're almost guaranteed to score. All these Meek League ballparks have these deep backstops. It's no favorable bounces for these guys in these Meek League ballparks all over Iowa and Missouri. So, again, another runner on third. Just need one more. Scratch another one across.
1-0 to 4. Swings grounded back up the middle. Syracuse ranging to his right. Long throw to first, but it is dug out by Campbell. What a play. As if that gets by, it's a 4-3 ball game. But for now, keeps the Outlaws in front on a beautiful pick by the Joplin Outlaws first baseman. But the Renegades have cut the lead in half. They push across 2 to make it 4-2. We'll stand and sing here at the ballpark. Head into the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll be right back. Renegades and Outlaws on the Show Me Sports Network.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Carson Johnson about to step in to lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Outlaws. As how big is that 3-run home run by Jacob Machuca right now, as the Renegades just scored 2 in the top half of the inning, but thanks to the 3 that the Joplin Outlaws scored in the 6th, the Renegades still trail this one 4-2, although they have doubled up in the hits column 10-5. And Malpe is out of the game, gives away to reliever Xander Lovin in to start to the bottom of the 7th inning against Johnson. First pitch grounded to second on a ground ball. He's got it, and the throw to first is in. Plenty of time to get Johnson. 1 pitch, 1 out for Lovin, who comes into the ball game and gets a good start to it.
Yeah, Coach Mike going to one of his more formidable bullpen options this year. Xander Lovin, 4 Mink League appearances, 8 in a third inning with a 4.32 RA. He's efficient. He's going to load up the zone and trust his defense to get some out. So I'm excited to see Lovin probably pitch 2 innings tonight, I would assume.
Syracuse into the box, second baseman for the Outlaws. Number 9 hitters 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Facing the right-hander, Lovin just into the game. First pitch to him, misses upstairs, a ball 1-0. So if that was it for Maltby on the night, which it was, potentially it for him on the season, depending on how the Renegades fare, he goes 6 innings, strikes out 4, walks 1, gives up 5 hits and 4 runs. But that really not indicative of how good as he was, as this one swung on a miss to make it 1-1 on Syracuse. Really the one mistake to Machuca. Otherwise, he was really dominant all night long, just gave up a couple base hits there towards the end of his line and showed why he was the Renegades ace all season long.
Absolutely. He was absolutely electric tonight. You know, his slider was on point, and like I said, when that's on point, he's just really unhittable and made one mistake, and hopefully the Renegades can come back into this game and win it and possibly give him a chance, like you mentioned earlier, coming out of the bullpen on a Saturday night championship run. But Renegades got some work to do, and hopefully Loving can keep this game with just the Renegades being down 2 runs.
Quick meeting at the mound, Fuller and Loving exchanging sides. Still right-hander warming up in the Renegades as well, taking no chances if Loving loses control. I believe you told me who that was last inning. Who's the other reliever up for the Renegades right now?
I believe that is White Fisher up, and It looks like there's also another one.
I think that's Maltby cooling down. It's that pitch in there, called strike 1 and 2 to Syracuse. So I do see Maltby out there in the bullpen doing some stretches. I believe he's doing his cool-down routine. Now he's heading back to the dugout. Hopefully he'll get a chance to take a breather because he deserves it. So 1 ball and 2 strike now to Syracuse. Back into the box is the right-hander. 1-2 pitch. Swung on a miss as Lovin gets him to chase. And that's a strike number 3 as the second out of the inning recorded via the K. And Lovin's got his first strikeout on the night. 2 up, 2 down for him here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Exactly what the Renegades needed out of the bullpen. I do see what you mean, though, now. There is a second reliever joining the Renegades right-hander out in the bullpen. So 2 right-handers now warming up, joining, like you said a moment ago, I already can't remember who you just said is up in the bullpen for the Renegades. Regardless, there's 2 up, but Lovin has been great here in the 7th. First pitch misses just low to the leadoff hitter Bressler, who scored a run, led off with a single last inning.
Looks like that's White Fisher and possibly Ian Nolf up in the pen. I see the long hair.
Yep.
Double digit,
yep,
number
correct.
20. Yes.
Yep. 1-0 pitch to Bressler, misses inside 2-0. So you're correct. White Fisher and Ian Nolf are warming. But Lovin has been really good here in the bottom of the 7th. Gets a ground out and a strikeout. Now looking for just 1 more out if he can get Bressler here, who's 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts. Sent us to the 8th with just a 4-2 deficit. Renegades normal spots on the infield. 2-0 pitch, grounded right side. Goring will wait on it. He's got it. He'll feed to the covering Lovin, and that is out number 3. So nicely done by the Renegades reliever, who comes in and goes 3 of 3 down against 8, 9, and 1 against the Outlaws order and keeps them at just a 4-2 lead. We'll head to the 8th inning. Renegades looking to rally to save their season. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Work to do for the Renegades as we sit in the top of the 8th inning at Joe Becker Stadium, with the Renegades showing by a score of 4-2, looking to do some more damage against Adrian Rangel, who's out for his second inning of work. Renegades were able to push 2 across against him in the 7th, and now more work to do in the 8th. It'll be Goring, Deal, and Hopkins to follow. And now the first pitch coming to the Renegades first baseman, Goring, is going to be a called strike at the knees to make things 0-1. Goring 0 for 3 so far tonight.
Yeah, the middle of the Renegades order here has to at least scratch one across. You'd hate to go into the bottom of the ninth with most likely the Outlaws closer coming in to end the Renegade season. So I'd love to see at least a run across here, and hopefully the middle lineup knows the urgency and gets after it.
Next pitch to Growing a Beauty, a called strike. So it's now 0-2 on Carter. We're in the stirrups like usual, right-handed batter. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to him. It's swung on, ripped to center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit in front of Davis. Growing all over that 0-2 pitch and sent it into left center field. And the Renegades will once again bring the tying run to the plate with Goring reaching with nobody out to start the eighth. Great at bat there to start the inning off.
Absolutely, exactly what they needed to do, and gives Deal a chance to advance him. They just got to do exactly what they did last inning. Pass the line on, and hopefully the Outlaws will make some mistakes like the wild pitches last inning to score some Renegade runs.
Deal walked his last time up, now steps in as the tying run. First pitch to called strike, nabs the outside corner. 0-1, so he's 0-2 with a pop out, a ground out, and a walk. Now the Renegades down to their last 6 out on the season if they can't come back from down 4-2 in this divisional round game against the Outlaws. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him, swung on, hit out to shallow left field. It's sinking fast, but will it stay fair? It will not, as that gets down on foul ground. It's now 0-2 on Deal, although if that thing falls down, you're looking at potentially second and third with nobody out. At the very least, first and third, because Goring was on the move.
Absolutely. He almost put it right in that middle section to where the third baseman and the left fielder couldn't get it. Just went foul, but I like the approach from Deal so far. He needs to be careful for Rangel's off speed. It's very, very good.
No balls and 2 strikes on Deal. Here comes the pitch to the lefty. Swung on a miss. He was out in front and needs just 3 pitches to retire. Deal Rangel does, and he's retired for out number 1. Colby Ott now about to step in with the Renegades trailing 4-2. Although they have 11 hits, they just haven't had the big one with runners in scoring position. Just 5 hits so far for the Outlaws, but the big one, a Machuca 3-run blast that came in the 6th. Winner of this game advancing to the championship. First game on Thursday, and that'll be against the winner of Clarinda versus St. Joe. That game in the bottom of the 7th. St. Joe up 5-1, so they need just 6 more outs to advance. Goring lead off of first. Here's the next pitch to Ott. It misses outside, 1-0 on Ott, who's had some really good at-bats so far tonight.
Absolutely. It seems like he's putting it all together here throughout the whole season. He's had a lot of hard hit outs. Hopefully he doesn't hit into one of those right now, but he's making really good contact with the ball, and I like what I'm seeing tonight.
Left-hander Rangel. Here comes the 1-0 to Ott. Hit well to left center field. Going back is the left fielder Woodmansey. He shows up and makes the catch on the track for out number 2. How many of those is Colby Ott going to hit? As that one is hit well, but just about a step or 2 in front of the track. Woodmansey makes the catch, and a long, loud out number 2 here in the 8th.
You just have to smile and shake your head with a hit like that. I mean, absolutely smoked the ball. The left fielder made very good track on the ball and made the catch, but Colby Ott has been hammering the ball. They just happen to be most of the time out.
Tell you what, I thought off the bat we may be looking at a 4-4 ball game, but just missed getting that one out here. So first pitch to Hopkins now misses outside, 1-0. 1 out left in the 8th inning. Renegades trailing just 4-2, tying run at the plate in Hopkins. After this, we'll go back to the top of the order who got things going last inning when the Renegades put their 2 runs on the scoreboard. Going off of first base, Rangel looks right at him. Now here's the next pitch to Hopkins. Flowing right side, foul. That gets out of play. It's now 1-1 on the Renegade shortstop. Wyatt Fisher and Ian Olf are still out there in the bullpen, but with how good Xander Levin was in the 7th, I would guess we maybe see him again in the 8th. Hopkins back into the box. Now it's 1 ball and a 1-strike count. This one skips in there. Goring's going to go to second base as Riccio takes a second to find it. So it's now 2-1 on Hopkins and Goring in scoring position. Like you said, like to go into the bottom of the 9th, or top of the 9th, trailing by 1 run or less if you could, and now a hit here by Hopkins could do that.
Good awareness by Goring right there. That ball didn't sneak away from the catcher, Riccio, too bad, but Goring knew he had the shot to get to second and took it.
So 2 balls, 1 strike on Hopkins, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Renegades trail 4-2. Next pitch misses low. Good block behind the plate by Riccio, and it's now a 3-1 count. And if Hopkins can reach here as the tying run on base, you bring up 4-for-4 hitter Adonis Forte, who waits on deck.
The way Forte's been swinging the bat, Rangel might walk him to load the bases, to be honest with you. He is absolutely crushing the ball. Hopefully we get a shot to see him this inning.
3-1 on Hopkins, swung on a miss as he was out in front of what looked to be a curveball, and a perfect one there by Rangel as he gets Hopkins out in front of it. And I think Riccio thought that was, I don't know, Goring just took third base. I didn't see it. Did you see what happened right there?
I saw Goring thought that was strike 3, jogging to third base. The catcher seemed confused too and fires her down just a second late. Goring with a big smile maybe the easiest stolen base he's ever had, but probably the most risky. He was almost gunned out at third.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Hopkins. Runner on third base, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It misses low, and the Renegades have him on the corners with 2 outs, and Adonis Forte coming to the plate. And this may be the end of the line for Rangel. Another lefty already warming in the bullpen for the Outlaws. You just mentioned a moment ago this inning also almost ended, but Goring able to swipe third. Other runner at first base, and Hopkins, he's the tying run. This looks like it may just be a meeting at the mound with Adonis Forte, who is 4 for 4, the go-ahead run coming to the plate for the Renegades.
Looks like they're talking here probably about a Adonis bunt attempt, I would assume, and with 2 outs, it's pretty self-explanatory just to go to first. So I assume that they're having a meeting on the mound talking about bunt situations and what exactly to do with the runners on the base path here. And Adonis has put together tonight an incredible resume. They might be talking about an intentional walk, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if they did that, the way Adonis Forte has been swinging the bat tonight.
Well, I would usually completely agree with you, but it would be some kind of risky move to move the tying run up to second base. But if the way Forte's swinging the bat, the fact that that's even put into question, like you mentioned, is wild. So hopefully he can make it 5 for 5, either get one to the outfield to make it 4-3 or find a gap to make it 4-4. Better yet, put one over the wall for his third blast of the season and put the Renegades out in front for the first time all night. So Rangel needs 1 more out to complete 2 full innings of work. Decent lead for Hopkins off of first. And here's the first pitch to Forte, skips in there, and one heck of a block by Riccio, because if that kicks away, it's 4-3.
Yeah, Rangel, we saw how well the starter Moreno did with runners in scoring position, really locking down. Rangel, we'll have to see if he has that same clutch gene in him.
So 1 ball and no strikes on Forte, lefty-lefty matchup, but he's already gotten Rangel for a double. That came last inning. Forte also scored a run. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. He looks at it, and that's going to miss low, 2-0. That pitch a little bit closer, but does not get the call, and now Forte may see a pitch to hit here in a 2-0 count.
Good off-speed pitch right there by Rangel. Forte did a great job holding off as it was just right under the knees.
Hopkins off of first, Goring off of third. Here's the 2-0 pitch, but a throw over to first, and Hopkins back in with a head-first dive. He's trying to get a good lead in case a ball gets hit in the gap here, but I mean, he's teetering the line right there between, I mean, he was back in safely, but he's got the lefty looking right at him, and he's got a pretty good lead, so he can't make a false move whatsoever. 2-0 pitch to Forte. Misses inside. Now 3-0 on Adonis Forte with Cole Wagner waiting on deck for the Renegades and 2 outs in the 8th. Renegades trail 4-2.
I'm going to assume here Adonis probably won't get a pitch to drive. I'm assuming Rangel's going to pitch him away and try to get a swing and miss if I had to make a bet the way Adonis is swinging the bat.
3 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch to him. Called strike 3 and wanted to keep the at-bat alive with 2 outs here in the 8th. If Adonis can reach, you would load the bases and push the tying run into scoring position for Cole Wagner, who waits on deck. He's already been on base twice tonight with a hit and a walk, but Forte's got to get on base and get it to him. Rangel comes set. Clicks look over to Hopkins. Here's the pitch. That one also a called strike. Good off-speed pitch there. And now the biggest pitch of the game coming up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in a 2-run game in the 8th.
You feel the momentum possibly swinging big the Renegades' way if Adonis can get on here. He needs to be careful with that off speed and not get out in front of it.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Forte a couple swings of the bat. Now Rangel comes set. Here we go. Hopkins will be going. Next pitch hit in the air to center. Going back on it is Davis now on his horse, but he's got it sized up, and he will make the catch. He falls down, but he hung on to the ball and now does a couple push-ups to celebrate. And Forte's retired for the first time tonight to end the inning and keep the Renegades trailing 4-2. So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Renegades looking to keep this thing where it's at. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Xander Lovin back out for the bottom of the 8th inning. Renegades trail this one 4-2, as when they come to the plate in the 9th, they'll be down to their last 3 outs on the season, but they've shown an ability to rally throughout, and hopefully we can see one more out of them to push things even or send us into an extra inning affair. But it's going to take Lovin keeping things put right here at 4-2, and he's going to face the middle of the order, 2-3-4. First pitch to Riccio, fouled off 0-1.
I'm going to assume here Lovin's leash is probably very, very short, with pitchers still warm in the bullpen. Renegades know they got to keep it just at 2 runs here to have a chance in the 9th. So hopefully Lovin can get out of this inning, but I would assume 1 or 2 base runners, and they're going back to the pen.
Lovin went 3 up, 3 down in the 7th, got a strikeout of Syracuse. Now we'll face 2-3-4, Riccio, Machuca, and Bruff. Next pitch popped up left side, but that's on a play. So he is ahead 0-2 on Riccio, who was hit by a pitch scored on the Machuca home run in the 6th inning. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th for the Renegades, where they'll be down at least 4-2. It'll be the middle of the order, so that's good news. Wagner, Reether, and Matashek, they did some of the damage in the 7th inning when the Renegades scored their 2 runs. Hopefully they've got one more big inning in them to keep the season alive. 0-2 pitch to the catcher. Riccio misses upstairs. Now 1-2. In his first 2 at-bats, he struck out and flew out to center field. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ben Schmidt, Rice Creasel bringing you tonight's Renegades coverage on the Show Me Sports Network. Winner moves on to the MINK League Championship Series starting on Thursday night. 1-2 pitch now to Riccio, swung on, grounded foul into the Joplin dugout, and so we'll do the 1-2 pitch once again. This game was scoreless through the first 4 innings before the first run of the game came against starter Brady Maltby, an RBI single by Carson Johnson in the 5th. 3 more added by the Outlaws in the 6th on a 3-run Machuca blast. Renegades got on the scoreboard with 2 in the top of the 7th inning on a wild pitch and a single and an error as the 1-2 pitch to Riccio will be swung on and missed by Lovin. He gets the first out here in the 8th and his second strikeout of the game. So we still sit 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning, and really key here by Lovin to just keep it right here, and then we're through the Renegades. You're looking at just need to string a couple hits together with your season on the line. No pressure.
That is true. You got the top of the lineup, a couple slashers, and Wagner and Reether coming up, and then the power bat of Matashek and Fuller. So I like where they stand as long as Lovin can keep it just down 2 runs here.
Stepping in, it will be Jacob Machuca, who had the big blow in the 6th inning, a 3-run blast. First pitch to him, just misses 1-0. If this score holds, that'll end up being the difference and would send the Outlaws to the championship game and in all likelihood to face the St. Joseph Mustangs, who are still leading over the Clarinda A's. 1-0 pitch now coming from Lovin to Machuca, also misses upstairs. So now it's 2 balls and a strike at Mustangs. A's game is in the top of the 8th with the Mustangs up 5-1, so they look to be in pretty good control there. Hopefully the Renegades will meet them starting Thursday, but it's going to take a 9th inning comeback. 2 balls and no strikes to Machuca. Max Bruff, the DH, waits on deck. Infield are pretty much regular spots. Now the 2-0 misses upstairs, and now in danger of putting Machuca on for the 2nd time in a row is Lovin. Like you said, I would guess his leash won't be too long. He's asking the Renegades to come back from any more than just a couple runs. Already going to be tough enough as it looks like a closer is warming for the Outlaws, a lefty in the bullpen.
Absolutely. Lovin needs to execute here.
3-0 pitch coming. It's going to miss upstairs, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Machuca. No pitches that at bat particularly close, and a 1-out base runner for the Outlaws. 1 out into the bottom of the 8th inning. Lovin going to have to pitch from the stretch for the first time all night. Can't tell who that lefty is, but it looks to be a single-digit number. Don't know if that helps with the roster whatsoever, but I would assume he'll be on to close out the 9th and try and advance Joplin, as Adrian Rangel has already thrown 2 innings, 2 high-stress innings for the Outlaws in relief of A.J. Moreno. Lovin will step off and look to runner Machuca back to First base, Renegades so far have also only used 2 pitchers. Brady Maltby went the first 6, and now Xander Love in the last inning and a third. Here's the first pitch to Bruff. A called strike there makes it 0-1. First pitch that Love has thrown for a strike in the last 5.
I cannot tell that number either. Trying to look on the roster here, I thought maybe it was a number 3, but yeah, well, there is a number 3. That would be Justin Schrader, though. I don't believe
0-1 pitch. That's going to go to the backstop. It takes a good hop, but not enough time to get Machuca, who will move up to second base. Now a runner in scoring position, and a big one for the Outlaws with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and a 4-1 lead for Joplin. Only 1 out so far in this inning.
Levin needs to be extra careful here to know how big that run is. That could be the run that puts the nail in the coffin on your season, per se, because 3 runs is a mountain to climb over.
1-1 pitch coming to Bruff. Doesn't miss by much, but it's called a ball. So now 2-1 on him. I believe that's Schrader warming up out there, because on the official Outlaws roster, that's the only single-digit left-handed pitcher, and Schrader's listed as a left-hander / outfielder. So if I had to guess, that would be who is coming in to try and close it out. 2-1 to Bruff. That one goes to the backstop, and now going to third base will be Machuca, and now an insurance run, a big one for the Outlaws, 90 feet away, and a 3-1 count to Bruff as this inning slowly starting to unravel for Lovin in Jefferson City.
Look to be the pitching coach almost going out there now.
Looks like head coach Mike D'Amelio is going to call for a play on the infield. He's bringing the infield in, and the Renegades are going to try and stop that runner on third, Machuca, from scoring. So everyone on the infield up north towards the infield grass, or turf, I should say. 3-1 pitch coming to Bruff, and it's fouled back. 3-2. It would be huge here if Lovin could get Bruff to swing and miss for strike 3, or get a slowly hit out that doesn't advance the runner, or a pop-up. But anything other than that, making it 5-2 would be a whole lot to ask for, as it looks like still a pitcher warming.
What makes me nervous is that Bruff has got to be expecting fastball here, as it looks like Levin cannot control his off-speed as he's thrown to the backstop. So I'm worried about a hit here by Bruff.
3-2 pitch, swung on and missed as he blew the fastball by him upstairs. And a huge out number 2 there as Bruff goes down on strikes for the second time tonight, and a runner still at third base with 2 outs now in the 8th.
Great job by Levin there to rear back and put a little extra on that and have Bruff way behind that fastball, even though I'm sure he was expecting it. So great job by Levin there to respond, and 1 out away from sending the Renegades to the 9th, only down 2.
Campbell will step in. The first baseman reached on a fielder's choice last time up. Other than that, 2 ground outs. Levin needed to get him out here for the 3rd of the 8th and send us to the 9th. First pitch to him, a called strike. Good delivery there by Levin. I'm with you. It may just be a whole lot of fastballs from him from here on out, unless he maybe gets ahead 0-2. But even then, you got to worry about bouncing it again to the backstop and a runner on third.
Levin looks like he's really starting to rear back, knowing this is his final batter.
0-1 pitch. That's a curveball, and it didn't miss by much. That was probably the best one he's thrown, just accuracy-wise, and does not get the calls or misses up. So now 1-1 on Campbell.
Still like that pitch that he has the confidence to throw it. It also might get the batter timing off and rear back and throw another one of those fastballs in there for a strike.
Infield is now back with 2 outs and a runner on third. That's fastball, misses upstairs, so 2-1. The infield came in a 3-1 count to Bruff with a runner on third and 1 out. But then once Levin got Bruff to swing and miss on back-to-back pitches and to get out number 2, infield now back. Odds even standing 1 step into the outfield grass. So Campbell back in the box now, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That one snaps in there off speed. It's now 2 balls and 2 strike. Levin needing just 1 more strike now to send us to the 9th.
Love the confidence by Levin. Although he's bounced 2 and put him to the backstop, still having confidence, and looked like both of his off-speed pitches. Good to have the batter here uneasy. I'd look for a fastball to try to blow it past him.
Levin comes set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Pitch to Campbell, and it's fouled off, so we will stay put right here. Machuca still dancing off third base. He's trying his best to get in the head of the right-hander as an insurance run with the Outlaws leading this one 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th. So we'll do the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch once again. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch once again to Campbell with a runner on third base and 2 outs. Levin comes set. Right-hander looks into the catcher Fuller. Here's his pitch to Campbell, and it's upstairs, so we'll go full. You can afford to walk Campbell here, but Tyler Davis has seen the ball well tonight. He would wait on deck with runners on first and third if Levin were to lose Campbell right here. And I don't think it would be a whole bad guess to say maybe if Levin loses Campbell right here, you turn it to the bullpen to try and get 1 more out.
I would say you're right. Just hoping for not a bounce pitch here to the backstop. That would be detrimental to this Renegades club.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's well to right center field. Going in on it is Forte. Wagner also coming in. He will make the catch, and a big out, number 3. Well done by Xander Levin to escape trouble and keep the Renegades trailing by just 2 runs. To the top of the 9th inning we go. Renegades down to their last 3 outs on the season, and closer coming in for the Outlaws. We'll be right back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere on the Show Me Sports Network Renegades show. This one 4-2.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
To the top of the 9th inning, and imperative here that the Renegades push across 2, otherwise their season is over. They would fall in the divisional round, and Joplin would advance to the championship series starting Thursday. But some hope for the Renegades as 2, 3, 4 in the lineup. Some of the biggest and best hitters in this Renegades batting order looking to get things done and get the Renegades back potentially in this ballgame. But they'll have to face the left-handed pitching closer, Justin Schrader, who will start his night against Cole Wagner.
Justin Schrader, 3 MINK League appearances, 3 2/3 innings with a 2.45 ERA. So not a lot of work, but clearly a 9th inning closer that the Outlaws trust here.
So Wagner in, he had a single in the 7th, scored on a wild pitch, also has a walk, otherwise he's 0 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup, top of the 9th inning now. First pitch to him, swung on a miss as he was late. It's now 0-1 on the Renegades left fielder. Renegades scored 2 in the 7th. That was it as they trail this one 4-2, although they have 11 hits compared to just 5 by the Joplin Outlaws. Outlaws have also made 1 error, none for the Renegades. 0-1 pitch coming to Wagner. He will look at it in there, a strike. Good mixing and matching. And now ahead 0-2 is Schrader on Wagner.
Schrader's loading up the zone right now. It doesn't seem like the intensity of the game's affecting him at all. Wagner needs to change it.
Riccio wants to pitch high here. 0-2 pitch. It is high, and that misses. A ball 1-2 on Wagner. Looking to start this 9th inning off right and bring the tying run to the plate for the Renegades. They've had the tying run to the plate in each of the last 2 innings, but just haven't got the big hit yet. Haven't got a hit with runners in scoring position. Actually just one, a bunt single. 1-2 pitch coming to Wagner. It is called strike 3 on the outside corner, and a backwards K starts the 9th. It's perfect location there by Schrader. Gets Wagner down on strike for the 2nd time tonight.
I hope Reether watched out at bat and understands that he needs to be more aggressive here. Schrader is going to load up the zone, and this umpire, he's had a good zone all night. So if anything's close, you got to swing the bat. I hope Reether understands that and gets a little bit more aggressive.
Reether into the box now. Nobody on and 1 out. First pitch to him, swung on foul to left side, 0-1. Reether so far tonight does have 2 hits, a single and a double. And now looks to bring the tying run to the plate at Matashek, who waits on deck. Matashek had a home run last night, but Renegades, similar situation to the Bombers win last night, trailing by 2. A solo home run by Reether wouldn't hurt the Outlaws. Next pitch upstairs, now 1-1. Reether, a relatively new addition to the Renegades, just joined the team about a week ago and now batting with the season on the line. Elimination game winner, go home with both sides. And now a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch coming from the lefty closer, Schrader. Here's his delivery to Reether. He'll swing, lofted out to shallow left field. Going out is Johnson, coming in is Woodmansey. Who wants it? Woodmansey calls, and he can't make the catch as it was in foul ground. So it is a strike, but a big break there for the Renegades. That was very close to being out number 2 in the inning.
Absolutely it was. It was about 1 foot away from an easy catch for the left fielder, but dropped right in front of him. Reether's got another shot to get on base here.
I didn't even realize the worst part about all of this is that Machuca home run came in the 6th inning, so it gave everyone free tacos. And there you go. Take your free taco coupon here in Joplin, Missouri. That's happened now twice to us this season where we've left with free taco coupons. So Renegades now in the middle of a comeback attempt. Reether back into the box after the foul ball. Everybody set once again, pretty much everyone for the Outlaws, infield and outfield, playing in relatively normal positioning. No shifting being done. Reether lefty back into the box. He's behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the delivery. He will look outside as that one misses. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reether, who bats with nobody on and 1 out. Renegades have 11 hits, but just 2 runs to show for it. Left-hander Schrader back on the bump. He's got the sign from Riccio. He sets at the knees. 2-2 pitch is fouled off, so he will stay put. And Reether showing some fight here in this at-bat, looking to help the Renegades keep their season alive.
To give a little insight to the fans at home, Schrader has not thrown a pitch without his hat falling off, and it is making me smile up here in the press box as Reether's fighting for the Renegade season.
2-2 pitch to Reether, misses low. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Reether, looking to reach and bring the tying run to the plate in the powerful Jack Matashek, followed by Luke Fuller, the next 2 spots in this Renegades elimination game. Coming set is Schrader. The crowd is into it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off, so we'll have to do it all again. Crowd sensing the importance of this moment. Will it be out number 2 in the top of the 9th with the Renegades down 2, or will it be a base runner reaching in Reether and bringing the tying run to the plate? Crowd slowly starting to clap once again. Left-hander Schrader looks in. He's into his windup. 3-2 pitch. It is swung on ground to right side, but it's foul again, and this long at-bat and battle will continue between Reether and Schrader.
Reether is doing an incredible job right now, just fouling away pitches that he don't think he can drive. Hoping Schrader makes a mistake and walks him here, at least 1 centered cut. Really like the approach right now, and I think he understands the bigness of this moment to where this could be the Renegade season right here.
Fans at Joe Becker Stadium will help trying to give their pitcher some support. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Reether will fly it shallow left field. Woodmansey coming in. Johnson going out. Who wants it again? It will be caught on the run by the shortstop wrestler, who grabs that one just in fair territory on the run. And a big out number 2 is that's a fine grab by the Joplin Outlaws shortstop, and he loses the hat in the process because he was going all out to make the catch.
I think if you look at a bright spot here, you do have Jack Matashek coming up to the plate. He's been the best Renegades hitter for about the last week and a half, so hopefully he can extend the line and give Fuller a chance, who's got a lot of power to tie this game up, and Matashek needs to do his job first and get on base.
Schrader 1 out away. The Outlaws 1 out away from advancing to the MINK League Championship. Renegades down to their last gasp on the season. Matashek in. Here's the first pitch to him. He will look at a called strike, 0-1, and the crowd getting about as loud as it's been all night, outside of maybe the Machuca home run, but they are trying to will this team to a championship series berth. Would be the first time that they have done that here in Joplin. No balls and a strike to Matashek. Here's the delivery. Swung on a miss as it ducks out of the zone, blocked by Riccio, and it's now no balls and 2 strikes. Schrader has been in complete control for most of this inning, outside of a couple pitches where Reether fouled things off. The crowd now is on its feet here at Joe Becker Stadium. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The infield wants the crowd to get loud. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. It's shot by the catcher, but he will apply the tag, and that's out number 3. And that is a Joplin Outlaws 4-2 win, the final score. And everyone will celebrate here at Joe Becker Stadium as they win in this divisional round game, and they take the South. They will advance to the championship series starting Thursday night. A valiant effort by the Renegades, but they come up just short. And now high fives all around here at the ballpark as that's your 4-2 final score.
Great job by the Renegades there. I mean, they stayed in and fought till the end. They had an incredible run to the postseason and had a huge win last night. Nothing to be ashamed of. Braden Maltby was electric. 1 bad pitch is the difference in this game, and that's just baseball for you. The Renegades, great effort tonight. You know, we'll go over the keys of the game after the break, but yeah, just no lack of effort, and a lot of good pieces came to play tonight. So,
well, we won't keep you too long. Got to get back to Jefferson City after the loss tonight, but the Renegade season does come to an end. Final record 18 and 25. Meanwhile, the Outlaws move to 24 and 20. They will move on to the championship game and in all likelihood be facing the St. Joseph Mustangs starting on Thursday night as the Mustangs lead 5-2 in the ninth. It's actually funny, the championship website already has Mustangs Outlaws listed. Maybe they know something we don't. But regardless, Renegades fall to this one 4-2, although they out-hit the Outlaws by 11-5. Well, just one error made by Joplin, none made by the Renegades. Winning pitcher on the night, A.J. Moreno. He goes 6 strong, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 7 hits, but does not allow a run. And then Adrian Rangel and Justin Schrader combined for the hold and the save to go the last 3 innings, giving up 2 runs. But they struck out 5 combined batters and gave up just 4 hits. Loser Brady Malpe, really not a fair loss put on his line, but he will take it after going 6 innings, strikes out 4, gives up just 4 runs, 3 out of 4 coming on the 3-run blast by Machuca, and then Lovin goes 2 scoreless innings. Final score, Renegades lose this one 4-2. Looking back on this game, I think the big thing is going to be the work done by A.J. Moreno with runners in scoring position. Renegades just could not get the big hit off of him.
I totally agree with that statement. I think, you might look back to this game and say if that Malpe pitch doesn't go over the fence, that was the difference. I think the true difference is in I believe it was 3rd inning.
Correct.
Bases juiced, 0 outs, and you don't scratch across a run, get the ball in play. That's such a downpour because, your guys are in the dugout getting pumped up, thinking runs are coming, 0 outs, bases loaded, and nothing happens. I think that was the difference in this game, and it proves to make the Renegade season fall short, per se.
Well, do need to give a lot of credit to this squad because about this time a week ago they were reeling, lost 6 straight, and took 2 against the Outlaws, 1 last night in the wild card game against the Bombers. And they showed a whole lot of fight here, not giving up until the final out. Don't want to say moral victories because all that matters tonight is the win. Nobody here is saying that would rather have had the moral victory than the win here tonight. But with the 11 hits and especially the base runners the Renegades put on in the 7th and 8th, they surely gave themselves a shot to come back here. And now got headed to the offseason and regroup. But it was a fun season overall. I think you and I agree, being at the home ballpark every night and then even a lot of road games as well. Fans showed out. Atmosphere at Vivian Field was great every night. And I would say overall another really good season of Renegades baseball. Just your and my first, but I think a good first season for us overall and a good season for the Renegades.
Absolutely. The team deserves a lot of credit, but all the supporters, including host families and all those Renegade season ticket holders and just, Jeff City fans and fans of the Renegades that show up, huge appreciation of those. They make it what's fun, and it's more in baseball, if you really think about it, the way we get out in the community. And tough loss to end of the year, but I know everybody will be excited to welcome Coach Mike back next year and look at the new Renegade squad and do all the fun things again.
So Outlaws moving on to the championship. Renegades going home. They lose this one 4-2 here in Joplin. That's just about going to do it for Bryce and myself here tonight. I want to thank everyone for not only listening tonight, but for tuning in with me all season long, and for Bryce joining the broadcast booth for about the last week or so. It's been so much fun and such a great learning experience all season long to really get to try and bring you coverage of Renegades baseball. So hope you enjoyed listening to myself, Bryce, Blake Gasway, Ashley Carty, at times both on the mic and sitting right behind us, and hope you enjoy your experience on this 2nd season of the Show Me Sports Network and Renegades baseball. Any final thoughts for you, Bryce, before we let everyone go for the night?
Absolutely not. You wrapped it up. We've had a great year. Last night's win was huge for the program, and they came close tonight, and I know that this group is just building. I know you don't have the same team every year, but you start to develop a culture, and good things happen. So huge thanks to all the fans, and thanks to Blake Gasway for letting me get on the mic and talk to the Renegades fans for the past couple of weeks, and I think that's about wrapped it up.
Well, before we go, I want to also give a huge shout-out to all of our sponsors all season long, helping us get on the air. A couple of names, Doc and Norm Direct, getting us to all these road games safely, officially, and in style. Walk-Off Wood Bat Company, the provider of all the Renegades runs with the wood bats that they provided. So many others had played a huge role in this Renegade season, so I want to thank them as well. But that's going to do it here for us tonight. For Bryce Kriesel and myself, Ben Schmidt, enjoy the off-season, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Hope to stay in contact with all of you. Don't be afraid to ever reach out to myself. You can find me on social media at Ben Schmidt. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. This Tuesday, July 26th. This has been exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. All right, take care, everyone.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best game coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Jefferson City Renegades baseball, the Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your Renegades the best. Exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball has been brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime on the web at ShowMeSportsNetwork.com or find us on Facebook by searching the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network, your exclusive home.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The preceding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.